Hello and welcome to DCP episode Easy as 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
As easy as 1, 2, 3.
DCP is
Yeah, you know me.
1, 2. They made me do it. They made me do it. Chad.
Baby, you at me?
Let's be honest, Patrick, that was your idea. Don't play it off like it wasn't your idea. Come on.
I hate all of you except Datto.
Wow.
What about Watch? She delayed Anthem.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Watch, you're awesome. Oh my god.
How dare. Delaying mine.
I don't know what to tell you.
Anthem getting pushed is actually super helpful.
We pushed.
Not helpful at all.
We pushed the podcast. Or, I mean, made it early specifically for that.
Right.
Oh, no, I know. But I'm just saying for me, like now maybe I can escape my house and do things now that the snow's melting.
Overrated. Overrated.
Nice.
Stay inside.
Well, you know what?
How bad
you
was
might
the
have to
snow
wake up
up
at
there?
5 a.m.
Yeah.
And that's not cool.
That's true. I do need to wake up for the snow. It's like the snow wasn't that bad. It's the fact that it's very hilly. So in order to get anywhere, you need to go down hills, but then you need to come back up the hill.
Yes.
There was
That
2
is
feet of there was over 2 feet
The
of snow.
problem.
2 feet of snow. Is Seattle one of those places that doesn't really have the equipment for snow too?
Yes.
Like,
I don't
I
know
gotcha.
what a plow is.
That's why
What
people
is-
are
I
like,
don't know.
"Hey,
Weird
what
stuff.
do you mean Seattle got 2 feet of snow? I live in X place that gets a shit ton of snow. Why don't you come here if you think that's bad? Well,
That made me
I'm
so
glad you
mad.
guys are able to deal
Yeah.
with it. We can't because
We
Seattle
can't.
sold all their snow plows.
No,
Okay,
yeah, it's
So-
literally they're like, oh, well, it
Yeah.
snows every day here, and I'm like, so you probably can deal with it because it's every
Yeah,
day,
You're used
right?
to this.
Got
This is more
gallons of
snow
salt
than we've
ready.
had in 50 years.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
I don't
in
mind
like
driving it,
2000.
but
Hmm?
yeah. No, I don't mind driving in the snow. I've driven in snow before. I lived in New York. I'm not a stranger to snow, but
Yeah.
it's just the fact that it's very hilly and I drive a Civic.
and you
Also,
don't
if
want to
you're around
drive with
people who don't know how to drive in snow. It gets exponentially more
Exactly.
dangerous. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
I'm
people.
afraid of the other people,
Yeah.
not so
Well,
much
I
myself.
That's the bad.
need food. So
It was either the
Something's
year
gotta give.
2000 or 2001 where I was driving from Texas to Florida for work, and there was a ice storm, like a snowstorm and ice storm, and I was driving in the South where they just aren't used to that kind of weather. I have never seen carnage like that on a highway. It was the highways down there are like domed a little bit to let the rain kind of like roll off. So everybody was trying to drive straight, but just sliding off the side of the highway. Tractor trailers, cars, everybody. It was, I've never
Carnage.
seen anything like it. Some people just aren't, first of all, some roads aren't like designed for it. They don't have the equipment to fix it. And then
Yep.
people aren't used to driving in it. It was unbelievable.
Oh man, I can tell you by the fact that my neighbor keeps attempting to leave the house and keeps getting their car stuck
Oh,
every
no.
single time.
Do
Every
they not
single
have a
time.
shovel?
Every single time. No.
I had
They don't have a shovel?
two
Nope.
two houses down the street from me. Like for a solid 2 hours, it was just like 2 cars just in the middle of the street. Just like
You know, Watts, if you weren't the
My neighbor
kind of
got
person, Watts, if you weren't the kind of person who would delay Anthem, then you'd go over there and help them out.
Yeah. Right?
You know what we were so the whole neighborhood kind of got together
She's not even biting on that.
to clear snow. We were building a PC while the neighborhood was trying to help each other out. So I'm going to say we made the good choice.
Look, your
Solid.
PC is increasing the heat that comes out of the house because the when the PC
Melting the
PC,
snow.
yeah, it's going to run hotter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Doing the Lord's work over there.
Yeah,
I think
really,
so.
just don't even put a CPU cooler on. Just stick the processor in the snow.
Right? Snow cooled processor.
Yeah,
Right? People
the
are
new
thinking I
innovation.
actually delayed Anthem.
You did delay Anthem.
Oh, I did.
She said, I really want Anthem
Thank you
to
for
be
doing
delayed, and it happened. That's the kind of sway that our Watts has.
Because I love Valentine's Day so much that I
Mhm.
wanted to celebrate it.
Well, speaking of Valentine's Day, this is a good opportunity to obviously say thank you very much, Datto, for joining us on the podcast today.
no
It's
problem.
always
Thank
a
you,
pleasure to have you on. It's a very important episode because we are having our first inaugural. Yeah, that's how it works.
oh, you're just going
Annual?
to throw that bomb there too. All right,
Yeah.
fine.
It's the first inaugural spectacular grand championship of the DCP newlywed / best friend / dating significant other show. I'm working on the title. It's still a working title.
We can see that. We can see that.
Yeah.
But it,
Is
that's basically
anybody
what it
actually a
is.
newlywed?
You know, I just wanted to
Pope is
encompass lots of things,
Pope's
and
the
so
Pope is technically the newliest wed of.
I am
Sure.
the newliest of
married
the
ones.
That
weds
is
here.
true.
That's true.
Yeah.
So what I've done, unbeknownst to some of you, behind your backs, I have spoken to your significant others.
You ass.
Oh boy.
I have asked them questions about
That's what
you.
that look I got
About
was
me?
about.
I thought it was about them.
No, it is about, well,
Their
okay,
opinion of me.
it is about them. The questions are about them, but this is the competition. My goal was to put you squarely in the crosshairs of your significant other. The winner of this competition will get an opportunity on DCP's dime to go have a Valentine's Day dinner with your significant other. You will enjoy it. So here's the
can't leave the house.
competition. Here's the
I'm in
competition.
a
You can do whatever
long-distance
you want with it.
relationship.
I can't order pizza.
I got a question, Pope.
I literally can't
Yes.
do anything.
Did Tomo get a chance to readjust his answers after Watts delayed Anthem?
We're gonna get that trending on Twitter for sure.
Oh,
All right.
it's okay though,
So-
because no one even knows when Anthem comes out.
Yeah.
So
So
I don't think the devs
Everyone's
actually know.
here's the
anyway.
rules of the game. You will at different times in the podcast be asked a question.
I don't know.
Different times. It's not going to be like one large
It's gonna
thing.
be, we're gonna be in the middle of a
I'm
deep
just gonna
dive
be, it's gonna
conversation.
be a
It's gonna be
hot
like,
topic, hot swap.
You're
You're gonna have to answer
peppering this throughout the show.
yes.
yeah.
You will be asked a question about how your spouse answered this particular thing. What they're, let's throw something like, do they like long walks on the beach, right? Or something like that. Nothing like that, but something like that.
Okay.
And if you get the answer right, you will get a point. You get it horribly wrong, you will show the internet how little you know of your significant other and be shamed forever.
I'm gonna lose. It's fine.
So the winner of this, I've asked them 15 questions.
15.
And,
15.
15.
Wow.
15
Oh.
questions.
Hawaii.
The winner
lot.
of this will get that free all expense paid trip to Dinnerland.
Hawaii.
What's the
Hawaii.
loser get?
Dinner.
The loser
land.
gets
I think there's snow in
shame.
Hawaii. Not
there's a lot of losers in this game. So
You really are.
There really are.
Okay.
They
and
get a talking to. That's what they get.
so
I'm lucky.
anyway,
My wife doesn't watch the show, so I'm in the clear.
They get the couch.
I gotta say, I was really surprised when I reached out to your significant others how remarkably nice they were to me. Comparatively
Weird.
to you guys. Yeah, they were friendly and
So they don't know you that well.
Well, that's true. That's a good point. I didn't think about that. Maybe next time they won't be so friendly. But it's a lot of fun. I got all the answers ready to go. They're not embarrassing questions. They're just some, how well do you know your spouse questions. So I didn't want to embarrass anybody too bad. All right.
Okay.
So we're gonna start off with the show. I'm not gonna.
We're not doing the first question now.
Let's
You
do the
wanna-
first
you
question.
wanna
All
ask
this
the
jump
first
in.
question?
Let's do a
Yeah.
first question. First
Jump
question.
in. Jump in right
All
in.
right.
I'm scared.
We are just gonna ask something really.
Wait, who's asking
Basic.
Pope's questions?
I haven't looked at my wife's answers. You're gonna have to just trust
Mm.
that I'm being honest.
So it's rigged.
Ah,
I see.
It's not rigged. There's no other
Pope
way
really
to
wants
do
that
this.
free dinner, I
Yeah.
think.
It's not
How to
rigged.
justify a free dinner on the expense account?
All right. So we're gonna start off with something really in the spirit of Valentine's Day. We want to know what your best friend or your significant other is most afraid of. What would they answer as something they would be the most afraid of?
Oh no.
We will start off with Briar since
Tomo doesn't even know the answer to this question.
it's
There's no way.
Why
this
you
is a
start with
lightning
me?
round. We're starting with Briar because he's such a dick to me sometimes. So we're just gonna go there. Briar, what is your answer? What is your wife's? What is she most afraid of?
Watts delaying Anthem.
That is incorrect. Your wife answered that she is most afraid of an unflushed toilet. If I lived with you, I'm afraid of an
Wow, what an
unflushed toilet
answer.
as well.
How is
What
that
an
somebody's
answer.
greatest fear?
That
It must be really
You
bad at your
make
house,
her-
man. That's
Brian,
the
do
thing.
you make
even
her
some
clean the
stinkers
toilet?
in there, man.
Some emotionally scarring toilet experiences. That's what that is. Woo.
Really? All right. The next question is from. The next answer comes from Andy. So, let's hear what you got.
That is my girlfriend. Yes. So
Mm-hmm.
look,
Mm-hmm.
there's two answers she'll give.
Mm-hmm.
One she won't give with the expectation knowing it'll be public. The first one, I'm gonna say butterflies.
Interesting. That is not the correct answer. She said she's most afraid of looking back one day and feeling like I didn't go for opportunities because I was too doubtful or just never made the time to attempt it.
She
You have to get
went-
this word
Wow.
for word. 'cause this is
Very
hard.
long answer.
She went for the one I didn't think.
The
she was
real
going
answer.
for. All right.
So maybe that will you'll base your answers further on. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna
Real.
speed
She
this
answered
up
these
a little
really
bit.
honestly.
That's some
God damn
Pepe
it.
hands in the
Yeah.
chat. there.
Travel Danielle.
Real.
Basically
Datto?
butterflies, though. Basically butterflies.
Datto?
It's it has to be spiders. I think it's spiders.
That is correct. Datto is
Whoa.
answering the correct answer. It is spiders.
By the way, they've been together for the least amount of time out of all the couples here. Just want you to know. Okay, great.
That means they still talk.
All right, Watts. What is your significant other most afraid of?
Apples.
Apples?
Really?
It's not right.
Apples,
Is
huh?
it? That's not
Scary
right.
movies.
What?
I want to hear the story
It's a
behind
funny,
apples, though.
scary movie. He
What
hates
happened?
the sound of people eating apples to the point where he leaves the room if someone's eating an apple.
But that's
This is good
hatred.
information.
That's not
This is
fear.
afraid of. Like, does he get petrified when he sees like a bowl of apples
he
in
goes
the
like
middle
this.
of the room?
Yeah, you say it's pretty
So
petrified.
it's like a cringe?
Tomorrow on Twitter, his whole feed is just gonna be people
Apples,
going,
yeah.
crunch.
The
ASMR.
sound, yeah, it's
Apples with
loud.
Tomo.
Please do that. Please
No.
tweet at T-Clubbing times 2.
All right.
Scary movies aren't
memes.
scary.
What is memes most
All
afraid
right.
of?
If it's gonna be like, oh my god, type of stuff, like I would say spiders or bugs for sure.
Is it spiders or is it bugs?
I think her most feared insect is a spider because I've never
is
seen her
correct.
kill a spider in my whole life. It's always
She
been me.
answered- She answered spiders.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm glad it's not the super deep existential inner. What kind of
Well,
existence?
this is part of knowing your significant other and how they would answer. So I guess this one is my wife's. Oh no. All right, I'm not
AKA the
looking at it.
cheating.
What is she most afraid of? I believe it's our daughter getting hurt. Okay. Flying squirrels.
Okay, well, great.
That is terrifying.
I can't lie. That
Well, there we
is
go.
that is
Flying
petrifying. I
squirrels.
mean, why can a squirrel fly? I completely agree.
But they're cute.
All right, so that puts Datto and Tefty up. We can continue with the podcast.
All right.
Keeping track
All
here,
right.
by the way.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
someone
Are you-
besides Pope.
Hefty.
Rat
My-
birds.
My biggest fear is 15 pounds of crawdads. Personally,
Mm.
yeah,
Oh,
terrifies me.
that's actually a good
Yeah.
one. What is
Like
what
a
are your
saw
fears?
challenge?
I wouldn't know how to answer this question. I don't know. Someone
My-
murdering me?
my-
That's
my-
pretty scary. I don't know.
my biggest fear is clowns.
Man eating clowns? That's pretty scary.
Man,
Just
Resident
just,
Evil
you know,
liquors in
clowns.
real life.
Ooh.
No, like
That'd be
Stephen
fucking
King's
scary.
It clown, Pennywise.
Mr.
I
X
just
gonna give it to
Okay.
you.
X gonna give it to you. You know,
I can't stand clowns.
Good to
All
know.
right. All right. Anyway,
Fears clown.
Anybody get to play Crimson Doubles this week?
Yes.
Yes.
What'd you guys think? Crimson Doubles been around for a few years now.
I would talk about Crimson Doubles, but my ability to speak has been suppressed by the suppressor grenades. I got to experience the entire time.
I see.
Yes.
So I'm sorry. No, a little ability heavy. I'm actually surprised I didn't run into a single team running double skips. It was mainly double suppressors that I ran into. But I liked when it wasn't a gimmick that I was playing against, and we were just playing against people trying to play the game. So yeah, certain things work better than others for sure, but it was pretty fun.
I thought that game mode was pretty fun. I liked how you could see your opponents like kind of icons, like in where they were on the map. Not on the map, like you couldn't see them on the map, but you could actually see them like kind of roaming around. And it seemed like a pretty fast paced, action packed playlist. I actually really enjoyed my time in it.
so I didn't get a chance to play it. Can you guys describe to me what's going on with Crimson Doubles? I remember in the past it used to give a buff when you were close to that player. Are some of those mechanics still in play?
It's basically that. So when you're next to your teammate, your ability energy is like through the roof. Like it's just nonstop energy. When you're separated, you both get icons over your head saying where you are. So the other team can, come attack you separately. And then whenever your teammate dies, you gain full health. And I think that's it.
So it gives you a chance to avenge.
You get a damage buff
revive
as well. You get a damage
You get a
buff as
damage
well.
buff?
Yeah.
Can you revive when you're your teammate?
No revives.
No.
It's not elimination. It's like it's showdown where basically each kill gets a point and you're trying to just get more kills basically.
Yeah, and I think around 2 minutes?
Yeah,
it's pretty quick.
Or
That's
first to
fast.
3 rather. If it's 2-2, it goes straight to sudden death. Just here's a flag, go get it. There's not like a 2-minute round and then it happens.
That was
It's
probably
just
my
like,
biggest.
here's a flag,
complaint
go.
was I would have rather seen it be like best of 3 as opposed to best of 4. It just felt like that one extra round at the end was just a little too long.
Yeah. So it's best of 3 right now, which is good. Like games are at the most 10 minutes. So it's good. It's a good amount of time. 3-0 is like, 6-7 minutes. So
you're saying Titans double suppressors are kind of the bane of it seems like every time there's a playlist like this that pops up, there's that one.
yeah, it's the equivalent of running Tether in Mayhem, right? Like nobody loves you and this and that, so you need to take out your frustration in Destiny. I get it, right? I respect
There would have been
it,
nobody
but
to
you're also
call for
very
your
annoying.
questions.
So so that's what I ran into the most. Second most was probably double Night Stalkers, actually. A lot of Night Stalkers around throwing smokes constantly.
Turns out
But-
being able to see your like invis opponent or your opponent's invis and also wombo combos are really good too in there. I played some games with CC Kun and the game like Datto said, the games where it was just like, yeah, we're 2 players going against 2 players. This is great. This is actually kind of fun. And then the games where you go against the suppressor titans were
the gimmicks.
the gimmicks were not that, or the one-eyed mask titan skating. Just
I'm offended that you refer to anything as a Titan gimmick.
what?
So
we
they're
are
just
hard-
a whole big fat gimmick.
No, anybody. I mean, Titans are.
Pope's biggest fear.
It's my biggest. I changed my answer. My biggest fear is that Titans will be
Considered
nerfed
gimmicks and
again.
clowns.
I still feel the strength of my flaming hammer being sucked away from me. It hurts me too much.
It pleases me so much.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah, it was really bad.
You're hurt, not the
Broken.
titan.
Oh,
thing.
sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
I played the first half of my games with One-Eyed Mask on, and then I switched to Mask of the Quiet One after that because I was like, okay, we're already getting the health back whenever we die. Like, I was using like bows and stuff and, chaperone and just different stuff. Tried to change things up a little bit instead of just go figure, not forgotten.
There you go.
Retold tale grenade
Oh,
launcher.
don't
I
forget
actually
the-
every single time I got grenade launcher ammo or heavy ammo, I threw it at a wall. Heavy ammo, I don't think should be in Crimson Doubles.
Yeah.
I played
Wow,
4
dude.
games.
I think I played 24 games.
Wow.
Or
played
enough to
4.
get the triumphs done.
I played 4 and I was
And-
like, I'm
Yeah.
good. Thanks. Bye.
Yeah.
What was the
I
experience,
think
Watts?
Not for you, Watts.
The whole like sticking close together, number 1, I hate that.
Yep.
Hate everything about it. It's not how I like to play the game. And then you're just running into it has skill-based matchmaking in it. So if
Yeah,
you're someone who
okay.
plays quick play and you're like, I'm gonna hop in and I just like to use stupid stuff and see what happens and have some fun, you're not gonna experience that because you're just gonna be only going against Not Forgotten, Death Rock, and Warcliff Corals or Colonies. And it's not how I like to play Destiny. Destiny, I like to run around and flank and be fast, and having to stick next to someone the entire time and just follow them around is just and throw grenades is kind
Yeah.
of the opposite of what I like to do.
I get that.
Yeah.
Because that's
I
how
play 4.
I tend to play too. I'm very based on like spacing on the map and trying to fill spaces, and sticking with a blob all the time is not what I like to do. So
I just wanted the
get it.
hoodie. So I got the
Okay.
bow, gonna get the hoodie. Hoodie's pretty, so we're good.
Yeah, I just want to get all the triumphs.
To get the bow or to get the hoodie?
To get
Just
the
have
hoodie,
to get
you
the
need
bow.
the bow, and
You just
to
gotta get the bow.
You need 100 hearts from. You need
Which-
100.
And
You
you can
get
get
75.
75 from the Nightfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to do
Wow.
it with one other person, the Nightfall. Otherwise, it doesn't
Yeah.
count.
Oh
Oh no!
no!
Oh no!
No, just for clarity. And so if somebody
You mean
starts
you have to
doing
do the
it.
Arc Singe heavyweight playlist with only one
If
person?
somebody solos it, it's not going to work, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So that stuff being tied to those hearts, I think, caused the problem that I saw in Crypto Doubles. Is 3 games in a row there was a bot in my team. There's the guy's name was I Am Bot, like literally that was his name. And then he spawned in, and one time, the first time he was on the enemy team, and then 2 games in a row he was on my team. And all his character did was just move about an inch every second or so. So like he wouldn't get kicked for non-activity. He was just there collecting hearts because he would make it to the end of the match. You got 5 hearts for losing and 7 hearts for winning.
Yeah, there's no reason to play.
Wow, are you
That's what this guy
serious right now?
thought, clearly.
Hold on a second. Let me get my rubber bands out of under my desk here. Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't work. You have to. Okay.
It was incredibly frustrating to have him on my team because
Well, yeah.
if I wanted to go anywhere on the map, then I was instantly going to appear. Everybody could see exactly where I was,
Mhm.
right? But because this
Yeah.
guy was just staying in spawn. In the second game, I kind of learned to just like kind of wait for them to kill him and then use him as bait and get kind of powered up.
Yeah,
But it was just like, I hate that shit, man. Like
I hate it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's lame.
having
most you can do
rewards
is just
for
report it
participation like that, like it's just.
Well,
Just means
I
you don't
really
have
feel
to
like
play, right? Just
I
say
think they
AFK.
need to set certain thresholds, like, and I get like this might sound unreasonable for like, what if they're like just really bad? It's like, okay, but like,
How
you know,
about
you have
move
to do
700
like,
feet?
yeah, you have to deal like certain amount of damage, right? Or you have to move a certain distance before like the game considers you eligible for.
I think damage is
rewards
the
or
one to
something
do
like
right
that.
there. Because damage, they can at least
Yeah.
calculate that you're trying. You're actually shooting bullets.
Yeah.
Like if you end a match and you haven't shot any bullets and done any damage, you're clearly not playing the round.
Especially
Man,
in that, right? Where you get your grenade up so often. You just throw a grenade and
Yeah.
they should do
Yeah.
just 1 damage.
I feel like they could have
Yeah.
certain
Yeah.
safety nets to check what the players are doing right there to try to prevent that. Because that's really bad in Gambit too. Gambit, there's a whole bunch of things people
So
they
many
could
AFK
track
people.
to just kick people
Yeah.
or not let it count for them, so they wouldn't AFK.
Yeah, it seems like the only thing they track right now is just AFK or not AFK, like moving or not moving, and that's
Yeah.
it. And if you're moving, okay,
You don't even
So-
have to move in the forge. Like you can just straight up be AFK and it won't kick you.
Yeah, it's lame.
Because you
And then
It's also
and then they
sh-
go
it's
into
a
the
short
next
enough.
match. So then it
yeah.
For a
Then it
social game,
resets
it's
the timer.
extremely antisocial that people are able to do that.
This is a problem that's basically on PC though, right? This isn't a console
I
problem.
experienced AFK people in the forge on console.
The AFK,
Yeah.
but not like the macro AFKing that we experience on PC.
I would
right?
say it's a lot harder to do it on console, but it's not impossible.
It is possible, but not like
Yeah.
as readily available as making a macro.
Mm-hmm. I didn't play any Crimson Doubles. When I saw that I can get the bow without doing any of the PvP part, and I was like, sweet, I'm not doing it.
Like, don't you want the chocolate? Don't you want the triumphs to fill in all the
chocolate
triumphs?
ghost?
I am only clicking one triumph every Friday, and if I don't play Destiny on that Friday, oh well, I didn't make these rules. This is what it is. This is the book that I live by. So
I like getting all those meta achievements because WoW had a meta achievement for doing all of the holiday events and all the holiday achievements across every single holiday for the entire year. So I just want to be ready just in case Bungie's like, hey, if you've been participating, we got this thing for you. And I'll be like, yes. That's it. That's literally it. And it's also so that I don't have to do the triumphs next year because I like being completionist.
Okay. That's another thing too, that when I saw that, I mean, I basically had everything except for the bow and the chocolate heart. Or the chocolate.
There's not a whole
there
lot
weren't a lot of rewards.
Yeah.
No, Crimson Days to me is also known as already in your collection.
Yeah. Crimson Redo.
So
Yeah.
It's the
Yeah,
hey,
so
Yeah,
I
there's only
didn't
like
play.
there's a bow and the bow emote, right? It's the only new thing.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Well,
and
I guess the ghost.
the ghost shell for doing the triumphs, but
Yeah.
you have to do all of the triumphs, I think, which is
You do, yeah.
22 Crimson Doubles games, and you have to get I think you have to get 11 wins.
11 wins. Yep.
Yeah, so you do actually have to win,
Yep.
which I think is fine. It's 50% win rate.
Yeah.
You do got to get a bunch of kills, but by the time you get all those kills, or by the time you finish all of your games, you will probably have all those kills already. So it's not too bad. I think I was able to get my 22 games with Danielle done in like 3 or 4 hours, something like that.
No.
So it wasn't too bad.
So I think the thing that I come up against with this stuff is the Dawning event was awesome. It was cool.
It was good.
We had an oven. We
Very
baked
good.
stuff. You got a lot of masterwork stuff. There was some quests. It wasn't like necessarily groundbreaking seasonal content, but in comparison to Crimson Days is like a hollow shell of what that seasonal content was. And I'm not necessarily expecting the Dawning every time now, but like that was the bar for me. Like they added a cool mechanic. They changed the world a little bit with like things dropping. I'm getting like taken butter and all that. Like that changes the overall experience for me when I'm playing.
The fortune of it,
Yeah, and that's clearly not the case with Crimson Days.
So
I did like
if you
the new game mode though.
If you liked the part where you're getting the masterwork cores, you can do that again. In Crimson Days, you can turn the treats into shacks, and you get those basically the same thing as Dawning packages that you would get from vendors.
Nice.
So you can you'll get a bunch of blues and crap, but you will get masterwork cores as well.
That's good.
I also wasn't expecting Crimson Days to be on the level of the Dawning, because I feel like the Dawning is just a much bigger event, or designed to be a bigger event in general compared to Crimson Days.
It's the holiday season,
Right.
And then Valentine's Day, not Valentine's season.
That's kind of how I look at it.
So I get that,
Sure.
but I'm also looking at it as this is content for the player base and how we're mowing through content. And like I get that like Valentine's Day is not as big, obviously nowhere near as big as a Christmas holiday,
Right.
but it's the push of things to do for the player base that remains engaged. And I feel like a lot of people saw Crimson Days who are already really well vested and are kind of like, well, looks like I'm waiting for other games at the moment.
A new shader would have been nice.
Yeah, no
I would have
new
played for a
shaders?
new shader. It would have been cool.
That was
I
disappointing.
think something that they potentially could have done as well is have that 2-man strike playlist with the same kind of deal, like with the with the energy coming back if you stick together, and you can just like plow through strikes or whatever the hell.
That
Like,
would have been
I
cool.
think- yeah, because not everyone's a PvP lord, right?
Mhm.
Wants to go PvP, but if you have a strike playlist of a similar vein, then maybe you get the kind of couples playing together kind of gameplay experience that you want people to have without them having to go into PvP.
Yeah.
So the World of Warcraft comparison comes up often, and time for another one. Datto, and you can share this with me. Yeah. A lot of the events in World of Warcraft would basically be reruns of the previous year's event, like the Midsummer's Festival. It's the exact same thing every year. Christmas is the exact great feast, whatever, I can't remember. Is the same thing every year. The only thing that changes is the present that you get under the tree. So I don't know. To me, and a 1 week event like this in Destiny, I don't know. I didn't expect anything to be like completely new, but there's also like those one or two things that you can get that are new. The Triumph system is there this time. It's not the greatest event, but hey, I still enjoy it.
Yeah, I thought it was as a whole appropriately sized because it only runs what 1 week.
1 week.
1 week. Yep.
Yeah. So I think beyond like adding the strike playlist, I don't think they're gonna be able to innovate on these holiday events every single year, right?
No.
That's asking a lot of dev time to keep doing that.
I gotta say too, I did have legitimate amount of fun playing the doubles. Like I did like the game mode; it was fun.
Oh yeah,
since it only comes around this once a year, so
yeah.
I guess it is also interesting that we have.
Is there that one thing that everybody is going for? That one gun? Is there any guns that are?
What do you guys think of the bow?
There's the bow
coming out.
There's the bow.
Well, I mean,
try the bow.
So
Got
it.
I use the bow. It's fast, fast bow.
Seems fun.
Pretty fast bow.
I feel like the bow is a very fast rate of fire bow that gets even faster because of all the perks that are on it. I feel like it would have been a little more interesting to go with a really slow bow that gets to be faster.
It's elemental, right?
Yes.
It's a solar bow.
It's a solar bow.
So that's a plus, right?
So now you can get a solar bow without doing Last Wish raid, and also you don't have to own Forsaken to get this, right?
Correct. This was the first bow available to everybody outside of Forsaken.
Okay,
that's awesome.
Yep.
That's cool.
Which is
plus it's $650 if you have Forsaken. So if you're struggling a little bit, you can go and get the bow.
Also, the lore on the bow allows you to marry Shax.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Pretty cool.
Ah. Speaking of
hold up, Pope.
Speaking of
before moving on, like I think that underlines how I feel about the event is that it's more towards people who didn't play the first year and are also still catching up. So you get like that 650 bow, and it just seems more catered towards that direction, which isn't a problem. I'm not saying that's an issue, but I feel like if this is the content that we're getting throughout the year to pace ourselves as the annual pass unfolds, I don't think that's particularly interesting. Like there's nothing else technically to look forward to until Joker's Wild. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I share your I don't know if you're expressing disappointment with the season pass. I am definitely disappointed with the season pass model. Like it has not been satisfying in any way to me, but this isn't really part of that, right? Like the Crimson Doubles is more like that seasonal stuff that we've seen for the last few years.
And keep in mind, they do need to keep it accessible to everyone, not just Forsaken people. That's a big limiter, I imagine.
Right. I hear you guys on that. I'm just looking at it in terms of a roadmap of if I own the season pass or the annual pass, and I'm thinking of it as content that's coming down the road. In my mind, as somebody who's played a lot, it's looking more and more like jumping in every other week or once every 3 weeks or something like that to see what's new. And it's not really much new at the moment. Like that's how it's looking like until maybe Joker's Wild, which might add a little bit, but next holiday type of thing, I'm not really going to be. I don't know. I'm just.
That's the price you pay. We're all at the top end, right? Like we're all able to devour that stuff so quickly. So like I just put out a video talking about some stuff like this. The plight of people at 650 looking for stuff to do other than Triumph grinding. So like I get it, but I also get their side as well of like. Only so much we can reasonably do. So
sure,
It seems like the perfect time for Anthem to come out. Unfortunately, Watch delayed it by a day, but other than that, it feels like the perfect time for it to come out.
Well, fortunately, Apex Legends is here, so we don't really need to.
Isn't it great?
It's so good.
Before we get into Apex Legends,
Yes.
wait. Before
One
we get
second. I want to tell Briar and everyone this information. Just about Patrick, real quick.
Okay.
Patrick's been in our group chat asking multiple times a day if people want to play Apex.
Yes,
it's a fun game. I'm not surprised.
That's how you know.
I guess I'm a little surprised because you didn't seem to.
Right, we'll talk about that.
It didn't seem to stick too well to you last week when we talked about it.
I'm still.
You never liked BR games.
It is still a BR game to me, and I don't like that aspect of it. It gets frustrating to me. Like, it does get frustrating and stale to have to like drop somewhere, loot up. Are we going to drop somewhere that's going to be hot and have a lot of engagements, or are we going to drop somewhere kind of chill and then wait to see what happens? And like, it gets frustrating for me to drop in somewhere and die over and over and keep doing that.
But it's sticking. It's sticking for some reason. Why is it sticking?
Like I said last week, it's like the movement, the classes, like the other sandbox aspects aside from the greater like gameplay genre that it's in is what keeps me there. I am excited to, hit some really sweet slides and go really fast and jump. And then the gunplay feels awesome on mouse and keyboard. The abilities are all really satisfying, like choosing when and where to use your ults, all that stuff is really cool in the game. So yeah.
Pope, you've been playing a lot too lately, right?
I mean, a lot, right? So I've gotten probably about 12 games in. That's a lot for me. So I'm pretty. Yeah. So
you even won one too.
I've won 4 of those 12.
Nice.
So
wow.
And here's the best part about this. I freaking love this game. I get to play as a healer. I love playing the healer. Yeah. If played, I think their ult could be a little bit stronger. But nonetheless, it's very helpful to be able to support your teammates and be there for them. I gotta say that one of the biggest things for me as a controller player on console, the UI interface for looting is so native. It is so awesome. It is so like easy to use. Then the call out system, I've won every one of those games playing with randoms.
The ping system is going to be in every BR game.
It
is really good.
Maybe just in every
so good.
Game.
Right?
I was thinking immediately how good it would be in Destiny. I mean,
Yep.
The just being able to how effortlessly you can point out where to go, what's going on, give your teammates heads up, ask for something from them. These are people that don't necessarily have mics, right?
Yep.
And often don't. And so, you could ask for something, you can give them something. It's just this communication that is supported by it that really makes me think that they put time into thinking about individual solo player that match makes into a BR game on console, which is like, why would you think of the redheaded stepchild, right? But they did. They actually thought of me, and that's really special.
They have a lot
because there's a lot of you, believe it or not. Yeah. A lot of people just don't want to talk with other people.
I don't want to talk. Sometimes I just want to like chill out and like not have to talk to people. And like being able to use that ping system effectively, literally being able to point to your inventory and ping like I need armor, or point at armor because I've already got it and say, if you need armor, there's a blue helmet here, or there's a wingman here. It's so convenient.
Hold up, you can go into your inventory and then ping the armor.
Ask for stuff. Yes,
ping your armor, and
you just
I didn't know that.
You'll tell your teammates. You'll say, hey, I'm looking for some, this. Not even just an armor, an item piece. Like if you're looking for a scope for your heavy machine gun, you put over it and you hit your button and it tells your teammates, hey, I'm looking for optic for a heavy machine gun.
That's really cool. I didn't realize you could do that with the ping system.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's so good.
It's even useful if you're playing with people you're communicating with. It's like this extra level of communication, right? Like, hey, there's a guy over there, ping. And like now everybody in your team knows exactly where you're saying over there is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never have to be like south 259.25. I just ping.
Yeah. Ping,
like,
yeah.
And
it seems like it's automated too. I find myself, I was playing with a couple clanmates on a couple games, and I found myself making the same call out that my character was making at the same time. You know, like you see people at a in a certain area, and then they say you're about to ping them, and it goes, I see enemies in the distance. And you're like, yes, you do. So do I. And it's great. I
talked about the loot system too, Pope. It's so fluid. It's like when you pick something up and it applies to your weapon, it just applies to your weapon. Like you don't have to go into your inventory and move it on.
It applies intelligently.
Yeah.
So say for example, you have a carbine and a scout rifle, right? And you pick up two optics, two ACOG and a
hollow sight.
It's gonna put the ACOG on the longer distance scout. It's gonna put the hollow sight on the carbine automatically.
Yeah, automatically.
Assume that you want to do that, and then if you
pick up a blue one, it automatically replaces it. And then if you try and pick up another white one, which is lower power, it says, no, you already have a better one.
You've already got one that's too
smart
good for
loot system.
And it's
super smart.
And you go into your inventory and you're the things that you don't need are marked with a big ass X through them.
Get rid of it.
You're like, you don't need this. Ask your teammates if they need it. And then you just drop it. And I just feel like the loot system, there's a lot of games, not even just BRs. I think there's a lot of PvP games out there that are going to learn a lot from the time that Respawn put in to that call out system. It is, to the casual player, it is refreshing and makes me want to come back and play, and it makes me feel like I'm smarter at the game, and it teaches me as I'm playing. It's great.
It feels great with a keyboard and mouse. It feels great with a controller. A lot of people prefer the PlayStation version to the PC version. It really I heard a really cool conspiracy theory where, this game like dropped out of nowhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And one of the conspiracy theories I heard was they didn't advertise it because they didn't want Fortnite stealing all their good ideas, like the ping system, like the loot drop system. Like, I was like, I don't know if that's true, but that's pretty good.
I 100% see like Fortnite taking the Respawn system first, and then absolutely taking the ping system because it's just smart. Like, why wouldn't they?
The ping system, I feel like should be in every game.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I really appreciate that it. They're doing things like for random players, for match-made players, like Datto was saying, there's probably a lot more of us than we think, but that are just playing matchmaking solo queuing. They saw a problem where individual players were not necessarily grabbing the tags of their down teammates to respawn them. So they incentivized it. You get a is it a skin or some sort of a reward for it in game if you are a solo player and you go and you grab your random teammates tags and revive them. It's a either triumph or challenge or something. It's something in game that they've created for you. I'm not sure how many you have to do. I just read about it and I was going to try it out later this week.
Was that with the Valentine's update, or was that a badge that was already in game?
No, it's something new.
Yeah, so they added some stuff for
to
Valentine's.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Not a ton of stuff, but they just added some stuff. Most of their big stuff's coming in March.
Well, I like the way that the game is extremely fun. Let's talk about
fluid.
how much fun it is to watch.
To watch. And
did you watch the tournament yesterday?
That tournament. Twitch Rivals.
So they did a Twitch tournament, Twitch Rivals. Yeah, it was fun. I think everybody who watched that came out and said, "This dude Dizzy, holy smokes!"
Holy shit! Yeah.
No, I was watching Crafty and going like, "Holy shit, Crafty's gonna win this!" And then
Right? He actually ended up getting 5th.
Oh, fifth! Like he got 5th. I'm like, well, who the fuck was doing better? This was like insane gameplay. All right,
I didn't get to watch any of it.
Dizzy is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
There's this kid that from Energy named Dizzy, and he was teamed up with Ninja and King Richard, and I'm telling you, the kid is he's 18, so I'm calling him a kid. I guess I'm 40, so I can still call him a kid. Is a natural at it, and he's like what I like about it is when I was listening to him, he's just like a legit good teammate. You know, he's that positive attitude. He's like, hey, that was a really good revive, you know, and just,
That's cool.
you know, not the dickhead
The
stuff that you
strategy,
hear
though.
from esports players.
The strategy was just their team strategy was based around this guy being better than everybody else. Right?
I mean,
They had the two guys, King Richard and Ninja, as a team working together, and then Dizzy fucking off and just going out and searching for people to kill. And he would run across a team of 3, murder them, and look for the next team of 3.
That's right.
Like it was dead reliable. Like he was killing them so fast that the team that he found did not have a chance to react or to even figure out that this is only one guy that we have to fight because they were already dead.
Then he's
And
already
meanwhile,
run to the next
Richard
thing.
and
Go,
Ninja were like as a team working together, but like the Rivals tournament was set up so that everybody was streaming on their own channels, but then the Rivals was kind of switching between different channels. They couldn't get off Dizzy. Like they just couldn't get off him because he was
He's
just
so fun to watch.
murdering, and he was doing it solo while his team was like
Wow.
working objectives and like doing the things they needed to do. It was
Well, I think there's going to
It was
be
impressive.
I like that this game has a great skill gap. I mean, there's a lot of people playing right now. I don't know if there's matchmaking involved or not, but I mean, I was actually pictured as a banner in
Isn't
one of
that
the
cool?
games. I thought that was a really cool element, and I took a screenshot of it really quick because it's never going to happen again.
Yeah, so
but,
it's like when I talked to you guys about Guild Wars 1, how when you go to Hall of Heroes and when you win, it announces it to the whole server. This is a very similar kind of thing that it's not a huge deal, but it just feels nice where it's like your kill leader, you're everywhere on the map. You're the champion, you're on the map. You can see your picture, you can see your banner that you set up. It's just a really cool thing that they added. It makes you feel good.
Yeah, it goes with like the whole experience of the game. Like it's kind of it's got this like Hunger Games type of thing feel where like the voice announcement and all that. It's like harkens back to Unreal Tournament meets that futuristic battle royale type of thing, and having all those elements set up and all the characters, they all have like these personalities with it that are just like I said, being able to show the pictures of them on the board and all that. I think it's really well done, like both from the mechanic point of view, but also art style and like the way that the environment feels on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Respawn killed it.
well, I think they killed it with each one of their characters' individual abilities and talents. And speaking of talents,
Oh no.
I need to know what you think your significant other's hidden talent is. Each one of them
Hidden
told me what they
Hidden
think
talent?
their
It's hidden.
their
Why would we know?
Their talent is. No, and so
Okay,
each
what's
one
the
of
exact question that you asked them? Because I don't want.
Yeah.
It's probably what is your hidden
talent?
talent?
What talent or ability does your significant other have?
Oh.
So basically, they're asking what their, that's the question.
What theirs is, not ours.
yours.
Oh.
God,
so you-
give me the exact
what?
question you asked
So
them.
okay, so you asked them what our hidden
I
talent.
don't respond to people yelling at me. Okay,
Pope,
so
for
just slow down.
fuck's sake.
God damn it, Pope!
Oh, this is so convoluted, man.
It's not.
Yes, it
Well,
is.
no,
If
how
you
many
are-
talents?
I'm
if you just
asking
went in-
you about your significant other. Don't think about them. What
Wait.
would they say their talent is?
Okay, so it's their
you've
talent.
used this like twice now, 3
No,
times.
I haven't. Patrick.
Yes, you have. First time,
No, I
first time, I was going to be
Let's-
answering what is my significant
know.
other's talent. Second time, I'm answering what my significant other thinks my
know what?
talent is. Now we're going back to the significant
Patrick,
other. What is it?
The
Read
fact
the
that you're
exact question.
frustrated right now and
Just read me the
and-
exact
and-
question.
and are
It's so
are
simple. Just read me
exuding
the
so
exact
much
question.
emotion is making me entirely happy. I mean, I love this. This is serving its purpose without even serving
The
it.
exact question, Pope. Just.
I would like to know what your significant other's ability or talent is.
Okay.
That still doesn't make sense to me.
Since this question is being asked,
Their talent
to
What would
someone,
they say
is their
their
talent.
significant their talent is? Yes, or
Good
What
idea.
ability.
their so you okay.
Is the
There.
word secret in the question?
Yeah, why'd you say secret, man? Secret that this
All
is
right.
completely throwing us off.
I was trying
It's
to
a red
make it
herring.
interesting. All right, it's not a red
What
herring.
their talent is?
Just answer the freaking question.
What their talent is.
Who's going first?
What do you think
Is
your
their
significant
talent.
Who's going first?
Okay.
Oh my god, memes.
Like besides
What's
fucking?
Memes is super easy.
Can you give the question in the form of another question?
Tefty.
All right.
What is Meme's talent or special ability?
She is a singer-songwriter.
Okay, that is incorrect. Well, that is true. But she said,
Are you
her
saying,
talent-
Pope, that she's not a talented singer and
no,
songwriter?
that's not what I said. That's just not the answer
Wow.
she
Oh.
gave. She said,
you
being
wanna-
anywhere on time.
Oh, that's the opposite of mine. Wait, is mine that I'm late? Oh, no,
That's a
never mind.
quality. That's not a talent.
Okay, you can take that up with your. You
You
know,
talk to her about that.
Yeah.
You can talk to her.
I'm gonna
about that.
agree with
yeah.
that. That is a talent. That is a
All
talent.
right.
Nah, that's a trait. That's a trait.
No, it's
It
talent.
is not a trait.
Yes, it is.
I've met enough
Absolutely.
people to determine that it's some people are.
Did you use the
talented
word
at it.
hidden when you asked them this question, or just
No, I am
Okay.
reading it verbatim. All right. Watts. What is Tomo's
talent?
or ability? Yes. What would he say as a talent or ability he has?
It's collecting shoes.
That's special.
It's collecting shoes.
That's hidden.
That's not-
Avoiding.
so
is
it is
he
hidden?
good at avoiding
That's
people
neither
eating apples?
hidden nor
It's not
talent.
hidden. You can't-
It isn't. It may be. Who knows? Just answer the question.
Yeah, we're gonna say collecting shoes.
His
It's a
talent
talent?
is problem solving.
It's what?
Problem
Problem
solving.
solving.
Problem solving.
Thank you. Lots big goose egg there. All right. Travel Danielle. What is Travel Danielle's
What is going on?
talent?
It's either dancing or being organized.
No, lifestyles can get mixed into this too.
Answer the question. Danielle.
Dancing.
She states that her talent is I can kick really high.
Kick really high. That's what you went with.
She says, or my E40 impression.
Wow.
Okay.
Which-
Okay.
So-
That's
E40
okay.
and I'm-
All right.
She went
That's a talent.
specific on it. She went really specific on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't
All right.
sure. I wasn't
We're
sure
not
which
winning this. Tomo's answering all these questions wrong.
Memes thinks being on time is a talent. Come on.
All right,
Come
Patrick,
on.
you're up.
I'm just gonna go with the really obvious one and say, like, she is an artist and she is very talented at, drawing.
Things.
Yes.
Okay, that is almost verbatim what she wrote. Aside from, she says, so actually your answer is incorrect because she says, aside from art stuff, which seems obvious, so she's not going to state that. I really love planning and organizing things. I'm good at coming up with ideas for things and coming up with a way to execute them. So no, sir, you did not get the answer. It was too
You
obvious.
just fucking like that
Wait a minute.
bamboozle me.
Yeah.
Bamboozled.
He's playing
Oh
Mirage.
dear. You got
Got
bamboozled.
You just got
Bamboozled.
them. You was really close though. You almost got that one. All right. Let's see who we got. Briar. What is your wife's talent?
I think you started and no.
Come on, Briar. This is what the first thing that comes to mind, man. What do you got?
She can move her boobs independently, like The Rock. And, like she can make them dance.
No shit. Really?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That is
Yeah,
good.
that is really good. And
I
unfortunately,
don't know if she would have told everyone that, Briar, but
Fortunately, you're
Briar's trying to
absolutely
outsmart.
right. She's absolutely right. That is exactly what she wrote. I can make my boobs dance like how The Rock moves his pectoral muscles, move them up and down each separately.
Wow.
There's
Really?
better be a bamboozle from Pope again.
really?
Yep. She is proud of her ability to.
I feel like Briar
As one
deserves
should
2 points for that one, but
I mean,
That's amazing.
I was gonna go with horse training. I was on the fence about that one.
all right. Well, okay. So now this one comes to me. What is my wife's talent? Putting up with me.
It takes a talent for sure.
That is the talent. Now, just gotta find it. Where is it? Talent. Come on. Super.
Oh no.
Oh, talent. Super monkey strength. Oh, she's got super monkey strength. She's tiny, but carries the weight of 12 men. She's strength of 12 men. She's an
inhuman.
She can freakishly, like, she's tiny, like a twig, and can lift small vehicles with just one finger.
That's a superpower.
It's not a talent. Yeah, that's
her talent.
Yeah, that's a superpower. It's not a talent.
Look,
is it a superpower or talent?
No.
Her talent or
trait.
ability is her super monkey strength. I got that one wrong. Who got it right? Did anybody get it right?
Briar.
That's
Briar got it right.
Briar, good job, Briar.
I still think you bamboozled.
Well,
it's part of the show, man.
Maybe you need
part of the show, getting bamboozled.
That's just how it goes. All right. What's the next topic of conversation?
The third question, because we apparently have 15 of these fucking things to get
We got
through.
15 of these?
How are we going to get through 15 questions, man?
We're just going to get through as many as we get through.
No, we're gonna do
no,
15.
no.
I need all the points I can
Are
possibly
you
get.
serious right now?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm over
We
2.
need another- let's
I
go,
need
let's go.
redemption.
We'll
You
go a
guys are
little
way
rapid
too
fire.
competitive.
Go
All
a
right,
little
so
rapid fire.
memes. What superpower would memes want to have? What does she want to have?
Oh, this is the tough one. Because I don't think we've actually had a conversation of what superpower we would acquire.
You know what's worse? I think we've had this exact conversation. I don't remember.
Okay, it's gonna be. If it was off the cuff, I think she would have something to do with her voice, like some sort of crazy sonic vocal penetration thing, like sing.
That is incorrect.
Okay, all right. See,
Yeah, we're doing speed round, right?
yeah,
She wants
Sure.
to be super speedy, kind of like the Flash.
she wants to be Yo-Yo on Agents of Shield.
That's right. You should have picked the.
I'm calling her
Okay,
out on
Watts. What would Tomo want? as a superpower?
Flying.
Teleportation.
That's
That's
like
a
the
good
same
one.
So
thing.
close. Yeah, it's so
All
close.
right.
I was going to
Close,
answer
but not.
for
Yeah,
once.
I
What
will
do you
also
got?
say flying for Danielle. Her name's Travel Danielle. She likes to fly.
All right. Well, her
That seems
travel.
legit.
The other aspect of that is she would like to speak every language.
Oh,
That's a
got
good
the
one.
curveball there.
Yeah.
But see, that's
that's a
actually
good-
achievable, right?
Every
I'm going
language?
for something.
I
We're
don't
gonna
know if
talk
that's
Danielle.
Every language.
Okay, what's more?
Is that a
what's
superpower
more-
or is that just being really smart?
What's more possible? Being able to speak every language or being able to fly?
Well, I can get a pilot's license and fly, and that
I'm
would
just-
take less
I'm
time.
just-
Guys, no. This is
I
a
don't know.
Superman.
superpower doesn't require a degree or training.
Yeah,
You're born
you
with
don't-
it. All right, so she could
I
walk
can-
up.
I mean,
She could walk up to
I
a
can-
remote tribe in the Amazon and be like, "I got your. I know what we're saying."
Iron Man wants
what I
to
mean?
have lunch with you, Tefty.
He's also fictional.
Okay, that's true. All
And
right,
a billionaire.
Talk about Robert Downey Jr. like
and a
that.
Patrick.
billionaire.
Patrick.
Teleportation.
If magic powers count, I want electric or fire or magic.
Fuck
And if
you,
it's
Andy.
just
We
a-
had this exact conversation while we were walking.
Oh my God.
I fucking remember this. You said teleportation. We
Holtzman,
have issues.
slow down. You're about to get yourself in trouble because,
No.
but
No.
if this is just a typical superhero stuff, teleportation's my
Okay,
answer.
okay.
You dickhead.
Reverse debate.
I just
Ouch.
debated him again.
I think that counts as like a half point for me because I also said "fuck you, Andy."
Yeah,
That's
you
pretty
did.
harsh. Yeah.
Turn off the camera.
All right, Briar, you're up.
It's definitely invisibility.
You're definitely correct.
Yes, we've had this conversation.
Fuck,
But it's-
Briar's in the lead.
And my wife's would be I want to say hers would probably be to fly. Let's see. The ability to configure molecules into new things. Oh, that's
Well,
really
do
good.
manifest matter out of thin air.
Reconfigure molecules into new things. So shape-shifting things.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I didn't think of that.
Interesting.
All right. So another one, or are we just going?
Yeah, give it one more.
All right. So I'm going to softball you
Lightning
guys
round.
one. I'm going to give you a softball one. What is your
Oh, boy.
significant other's favorite dessert? And I'm going to start off. We're going to go again. Tefty, memes.
Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
That is absolutely correct. All right. And we're going to Tomo. What is Tomo's dessert?
You're muted.
Oh, you're muted, Watts.
We good? Okay.
Yes.
The chocolate cake from the place that he used to work. Macaroni Grill.
That is absolutely crazy and accurate. Chocolate cake from Mac Grill.
Yay!
Wow. That is like
I know Danielle has told me.
All right. We're
favorite.
going down the list. You know who's next.
Seems like this is good
I
information.
feel
for
like we
Valentine's Day,
talked
too.
about cheesecake one time. I remember.
This one time.
I'm going to give you a hint, Datto.
Okay.
I've never heard of this before.
It's bullshit. He gets hints.
Wow.
If you've
I like
never
him
heard
better
of it,
than
there's
you.
not a chance in it.
This could mean it's on the Taco Bell menu.
Cinnamon twist from Taco Bell.
Choco
oh
Taco.
My God. It's gotta be
Lightning round. Lightning round.
Lightning round.
Yeah.
What's your answer?
I don't know. It's something from the Greek restaurant that we went to.
Baklava.
Okay,
recently.
that is not the answer. The
Yeah.
answer she gave is Tim Tam Slams.
Tim Tam Slam. That's oh my God.
I have no idea what that is.
All right.
I know what that is. Yeah, I know what that is.
All right. And Andy. What is Andy's favorite dessert?
I'm gonna say cinnamon rolls, even though it's a
that a
breakfast
breakfast?
thing.
Yeah.
It is a breakfast thing,
But it's sweet, so it's a dessert also.
but it's sweet.
I love how your girlfriend's answers are just so complex. So her answer is, I'm not really huge on sweets. So all my favorite snacks are salty things like cheese fries. Patrick introduced me to the joy of cheese fries at Mox, and I'm hooked on those ones specifically right now. If your best friend, so
not
she didn't
cinnamon rolls.
answer.
So cheese
She
fries?
gave a non-answer. Her answer is cheese fries. So that is incorrect. That is not a dessert, Patrick. You did not get the answer right. Your girlfriend
Hey,
fries.
that's like meme saying her talent is being on time. You know, it's like it's so obvious.
Some bullshit.
It's like
All right. So, Briar.
Yes. Hershey chocolate bars.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to give this one up to you guys because her answer is anything chocolate.
Hershey chocolate bar is anything chocolate.
All right, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I guess.
yeah.
All right, that's good enough.
I would have
You
told
win.
her
Liar.
to give a more specific answer to your
All
question.
right, so for me, I want to say
That's fair,
chocolate as
that's
well.
fair.
My wife loves chocolate. So, oh no, oh,
candy corn.
Pope.
ice cream. Her family owns
currently-
ice cream restaurants.
Oh.
Ah,
I feel bad that I've only
That's
gotten
pretty
one
cool.
correct, but at
I feel
least
like
I'm
you
not
should have
as bad
known
as
that.
Pope, who's gotten 0.
I am having a big goose egg. All right.
Are we all at one except for Pope?
No, I got
No, he's
2
got
or 3, I think.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
so,
Brian has 2. That's right.
so we are
No,
going to do
you-
one last
Briar's
one
currently
before
at
we
3.
keep
Okay.
going.
the 3.
What famous person would your significant other most like to meet? And I'm going to give Tefty just a
Oh.
second. Actually, I'm going to go back way so Tefty isn't on the spot again.
Yeah.
So for me, famous person that my wife would like to meet, I would like to say she would say Barack Obama. Pope Air is famous enough for me.
We'll get baited.
Oh, that's sweet.
Baited.
All right. So, Briar, you're up.
I can picture the dude. Every time
need to
she
draw a
sees him, she
picture.
says, "Ooh, I like that guy."
Name a
I
movie he's
can't
in.
think of his name.
Dave
That
Beckham.
he's in. He played like the Strider in the Lord of the Rings movies.
No one help him.
Well, chat is not helping him right now.
Oh, they will.
Uh,
They can't help themselves.
Lightning round 5.
what was that
4,
Russian movie?
3,
Oh, man.
2, 1. Give me an answer.
The guy who played Strider in the Lord of the Rings movies.
Is that Viggo Mortensen?
Viggo Mortensen.
The fuck? You can't vaguely answer and have someone
That doesn't
confirm
count.
on vagueness.
I'm talking about the same dude.
Hang on, let me see.
It is Viggo
It's Viggo,
Mortensen, by the way.
It is, but all right. So Patrick,
Yes.
I love your.
Wait, was that right?
By the way, you don't get the point for that. You have to have
No,
the
there's
name,
no point.
I was talking about the same dude.
right? But I
Didn't give the
mean,
name.
you didn't
Chat
give
said
the
it
name.
counts. Chat said it counts.
Chat says it counts.
I would at
Yeah,
least
that
give
counts.
a half.
I'm not going to start
No, there's
introducing
no
decimal
half
points
points.
into
Yeah,
this.
splitting points.
No, so
Whole
It counts.
values.
It
only.
counts.
I
Okay.
would give it.
okay.
Give it to
All
Brian.
right.
Give it to Brian.
All right. Okay.
Fine.
So
Give the
Come on,
guy
we
with
can
the
just
most
stop the
points
game now.
more points.
you're up, Patrick.
Alive or dead?
I don't know.
That's their
He
clarification.
did not specify.
Not specify. Because okay, for her, if it's dead, it's Tolkien. Because she fucking loves the Lord of the Rings. If it's like alive, probably go with like Edgar Wright, the director, because she's really liked every single one of his movies, and she
What did
really
you direct?
Huh?
What did you
Scott
direct?
Pilgrim, fucking Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, Baby Driver.
Good movies.
This is creepy. So I asked her what famous movie, person would she most like to meet, and her answer to me is a question: dead or alive? The question that Patrick posed. It's like these people are meant for each other.
Wow.
And then she said, dead, I would pick Tolkien.
Uh-huh.
Alive, I'm not sure. Maybe Edgar Wright, just to pick his brain
Oh,
about how he
man.
visualizes
I get more points for that?
Wow.
and just how he stays so creative. I'm sure I'll think of something else in a week from now.
Sounds a little
That's
fishy.
Kind of incredible right there.
Do I get more points for that? Because there's two.
you get a crazy like. I
That's
don't know,
either
that is
that's
like a-
either a holy crap or a something's going on here.
Or it's rigged.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. All right. Datto, you're up.
Danielle literally just messaged me. It says, "There's no way you're gonna get this." So I guilt-free answer. She really likes Egypt stuff, and she likes Cleopatra. So I'm gonna say Cleopatra.
She really wants to meet J.K. Rowling.
Okay, definitely. Okay,
she likes Harry Potter.
I get it. Okay,
Mhm. Okay.
okay, I get it. I get it.
All right, you are up. Watts.
Ken Griffey Jr.
That is correct.
Mm.
Yay!
Nice.
I was scared because
Mhm.
we sort of met him, but not like properly. We weren't able to. Anyway, yes.
All right, cool. And Tefty?
Weren't able
You
to
are
what?
last. Yeah.
We're able to what?
You weren't able to what?
Say
I don't know.
Just say hi to him?
hey?
We saw him walk in a hallway and shook his
Oh.
hand, but that's not like
But it wasn't-
talking to him. You can't
that's
grope. You know what I'm saying? So
No
didn't get
growth.
it.
Yeah.
So
Was
if
He
he
didn't get
mad
to
at
grow.
you because you
He didn't
canceled
get
him?
to grope. Needs to grope.
meeting a famous person would require groping in your... Okay.
No, not at
One
all.
grope.
No groping.
Never. No.
No groping. Okay. Tefty, you're up.
Man, this is a tough one also because there's a lot of variables, a lot of options. I think it's music related, possibly a producer or a score, a film score.
Mhm.
I think I'm gonna go. There's a lot of them, but I'm gonna say John Williams.
That is correct, sir.
Oh,
James
nice.
said John Williams or Alicia Keys.
Ooh,
Can we
Yeah,
get
yeah,
a
yeah.
score? What's the score right now?
Okay.
Yes.
Current
I'm gonna
breakdown
give- Oh,
of the score.
okay.
Tefty has 3 points.
Ooh.
Pope has 0.
Wow. Big listener,
Brian.
that book bear.
Briar has 4.
Whew. God damn,
You would
it's
have
the boob
3.
one, man.
He would have 3. He would have 3 if we didn't count the Viggo Mortensen bullshit.
That doesn't
Once.
count. It's already been counted.
I'm still specifying that.
Okay.
Holtz is
Tefty.
affirming
He's
his
just-
he's sad about it.
distaste about how this is being handled right
got
now.
it.
Watts
Got it.
currently with 2 points. Datto with 1 point.
Yeah.
And Pat with 2 points.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. It's
Okay.
a close game, guys.
Pretty close. Pretty close.
All right.
If you're anyone but Pope Bear, yes.
I'm gonna pull up from behind. This is
This is why we need all 15
be...
questions.
All right. This next one is gonna be easy.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Yeah, you said
That makes
up
it feel
front.
worse
Yeah.
when you get it
Oh.
wrong.
If they
Oh.
could be an animal, what would your significant other be?
Not easy.
Yeah.
That's really easy.
Not easy at all.
That's really easy. That's gonna feel even
Mhm.
worse when I get it wrong.
All right. We are going to be switching this up a little bit here. I'm going to change the order just a little bit. And I am going to start off with Datto. You're up first.
I've literally in the history of our conversations, I don't think we've ever talked about this.
Really?
We've
Never.
talked about
Surprising.
what mythical creature you would want to keep as a pet.
Mhm.
That's
What would
it.
that be?
I think she said griffin. No, I think I said griffin. She said unicorn. So
Ooh.
either way, it's relevant.
Not helping.
What would she want to be? A
5,
tiger.
4. That is incorrect.
Tiger. Ooh.
The answer is dragon.
I didn't know if it was real or not. Okay.
All right. Okay. So let's see. The next person is Andy. So that's their Patrick up there.
A cat.
She answers dragon.
Whoa.
2 dragons.
That's 2 dragons.
Augers.
Wow.
Maybe we should all just
Wow.
say dragon at this point.
I know my
I feel
answer.
really bad now.
All right. So I'm up next, and my wife would want to be a dragon.
Uh-huh. And the answer is?
If oh god, this is some circular like crazy matrix shit. If she could be an animal, she would want to be a flying squirrel. She wants to be the animal she is most fears.
She wants to be what she
Yeah,
fears.
she wants to become the fear.
She wants to be the fear creator.
That's how
Oh
you
my
get rid
God.
of the fear.
That is so healthy. Okay. Let's see. Tefty, you're up.
I don't know. I'm
honestly don't
scared.
think we've had this conversation before. What animal we'd be? So
Yeah.
I think
No.
Mhm.
she's gonna choose a cat, or it might be a
Mhm.
tiger.
Okay.
but
Go with your instincts.
I'm gonna say
Hefty.
a cat.
Okay. What kind of cat?
Okay. Oh,
Wait.
tiger, house cat. I'm gonna go with tiger. I'm going tiger.
Ooh, close. Cheetah.
I knew
Oh,
it.
come on.
Think about she wanted
Oh
super
my God,
speed.
Chat.
Oh, it all makes
She
sense.
wanted super speed.
No, that's because we've been
Amazing.
watching Agents of Shield, man.
All right.
I
Okay.
feel like cat covers
Yeah,
cheetah.
yeah. Come on, if Briar can get Vigo with like not knowing
No,
the
a
name,
cat could be a house cat, Briar.
It could
You
be
know,
a tiger. It could
I
be a
needed her-
lion.
I
It could be a
needed Hefty
cheetah.
to-
It could be a
to-
panther.
Right. It could be, a tabby
Chat.
cat.
yeah, chat. Can
All
we
right.
can we get
No.
chat to weigh in on this?
We
I say
No,
no.
I
say
am
no.
I am
No.
I am
I say
put
no.
down on
We
this
said
one.
no for
It wasn't
Briar getting
specific
Vigo.
enough.
It's like Briar
You
answering, "Oh, that
described
guy,
what a cheetah looked like.
that guy with
Then
the
I-
hair for
Yeah, that's-
wants to be,"
No,
and then
no,
we
no,
would
no.
I
count
think
it.
Watts is right. If Tefty had described
Yeah,
a
sorry,
cheetah,
Taffy. Cat is not your
Yeah,
favorite
if
fear.
Tefty
You
had
are
said
being-
a cat, specifically the
getting a nope
fastest
dog.
cat on the
I
planet.
said a cat, which is a feline, and it falls into that.
Right.
It falls into that category.
No,
It's
If
too,
you had
it's
said
too
literally
broad.
what I
It's
said
I'm gonna
first.
say mammal.
It's too broad.
I literally said cat first.
You did not get the point, Tefty. You're done. Whew.
Chat has spoken.
This is
I
getting
just want to point out that
spicy.
Memes and I were on the same thought process. At least I knew that
Yeah,
she wanted to be
that's
cat-like.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. Watts, what does Tomo want to be?
Well, Tomo said in chat that he has no idea. So, could go one of two ways. We
Wait,
could go.
Tomo's a cat?
Yeah. So is memes. They're both mad. I'm gonna go with. Oh no. A dinosaur?
Your husband would like to be a lazy cat.
Man.
Maybe because you
Very
spend so
funny.
much attention on those cats of yours, you know? Maybe
You
this is a
like
cry for help.
dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Good
cry
point.
for help. All right.
Cats and dragons, very popular here.
Cats and dragons.
Well, apparently it was a cheetah. Okay.
Someone just wants to be lazy.
All right,
Just
Brian, you're
Very
up.
lazy.
different. All right. Very, very different.
I know it's not an animal that's worked out so far, but if my wife's favorite animal is cat, and she really likes cats. Like,
It's a tough one,
and she
Brian.
kind of acts like a cat sometimes.
But she also keeps horses.
She does have horses, but
Does she
I don't
like
know that anybody
dragons?
would really want to be a horse. You know what I'm saying?
I can
I'm
see
gonna go
that. I can
cat.
see that.
I'm going cat.
Your wife's answers are beautiful, by the way. I love them.
Okay.
If she could be an animal, she says, I am an animal.
I faded, Brian.
Props to my wife.
Not an answer.
I love you, honey.
Well, that's the theme of the night, Datto. My girlfriend's favorite dessert is cheese fries.
That's more.
All right. We're going to go right into the next one. Keeping with this trend, Briar, you are up first.
Up first. All right.
Your wife answered this question. So I want to know, what is your wife's favorite form of physical activity?
She likes to go to the barn. And
Is that qualify
Barn
as
it
a
out.
physical?
Going to the
Barn
bar.
it out.
barn. Like, that's her favorite thing to do. She goes,
All
she
right.
goes at least once a week. She likes to go to the barn. She mucks the stalls.
So I'm going to need Chat's
takes the
answer
horses
on
out.
this. I'm going to need Chat's. Chat is going to need to pick this one because I don't know how to answer. Her answer is, and I quote, "Besides fucking?" Question mark.
Yeah.
Working outside with the horses, riding and mucking stalls. So
If I was Chad, I would give it.
Yeah, I would too.
Why are we
That's a
giving the
clear
guy in the
win.
lead with more
That's a
points?
clear
This is
win.
garbage.
Yeah, that's a point.
This is the
definitely.
fucking-
all right.
Now
All
I wish I
right.
had said besides
Capitalism.
fuck it though.
Yeah, I would have almost petitioned you to get a second point. All right. All right. So let's see. It's who's up next. It's Watts. You're up next.
We don't do physical activity. He doesn't do anything. He wants to be a lazy cat. He wants to be a lazy cat, and he wants to teleport everywhere, so he doesn't have to move.
There's a
Um,
theme.
So what is the
No, we're
most
gonna-
lethargic physical activity you can possibly have?
just baseball.
The answer is baseball.
Hey,
Oh, thank God.
Nice.
Ah, nice.
Mhm.
what's your
All
current-
right.
Hardly a physical sport. Hardly.
It's barely a physical
Mostly
sport.
it's sitting in the dugout eating shit.
Well, usually, so they have softball, and at softball they just drink a lot. So
Yeah, that's
All right,
mostly sitting in the
so-
dugout.
Yeah,
you're,
drink,
you're scoring this, right?
Yes,
you're
I'm
scoring
scoring this.
Okay.
What?
Memes. Or so, Tefty, you're up next.
Yeah, how did you phrase the question also when you've asked them?
What is your favorite favorite form of physical activity?
Okay. I think memes would have taken it as working out. So I think I'm going to go with jump rope.
She likes to hiking and going on walks.
Man, I was going to say that too, but I thought she was going to say like workouts. Oh, well.
All right, so mine's up next. I'm gonna say yoga. All right, and I gotta find it. Where is it? Sorry, it's hard not to look and then look and then. Her favorite form of physical activity is breathing. She just
Okay.
that's it.
all right,
So that's a
All
good
right.
one. That's a good
All
one.
right.
To pick,
Simple.
too. Yeah.
All right,
I
you got it.
guess.
It's important.
Yeah.
Definitely want to make that one a daily
Andy?
activity.
Holtzman, you're up. I always look forward to your girlfriend's answers. All right.
I'm still
Put your
on.
mind-
I'm
put
still on the
yourself in
cheese
her
fries.
mind.
Yeah, this whole
Put
time to
yourself-
think.
Come on, man.
Not
Three.
that fucking was not the answer.
Was that your final
maybe
answer?
It was, but I'm gonna go with kickboxing.
So here's her answer.
Mm-hmm.
I am not a very sporty person, but one sport I love is tennis. Grew up with private lessons, and I've always enjoyed it as a good full body workout.
Tennis.
Does she even kickbox? Can we get a confirmation?
Yes, she can.
Has she ever kickboxed?
Are you sure?
I don't even know if
She
she
said
said
she's
on
not
the
a physical
phone.
person, but yet has
And
kickbox.
you're saying she's kickboxing?
She said she's not a physical person.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe she
All
doesn't
right,
consider kickboxing that physical of an activity.
Yeah,
which-
you're
Oh yeah, who
Yeah,
would really? It's like
it's a
baseball.
mental
No,
workout,
it's,
honestly.
it's really easy. It's almost like baseball.
Yeah, I don't know if she took this as like a workout question or just general movement, because general movement I would say dancing, but she did just buy that sparring bag, which is sort of kickboxing related.
Trust your gut, Datto. Give me an answer.
My,
3,
my gut says that I'm
2,
wrong.
1,
Uh,
go. The answer is high kicks and kickboxing.
Yes.
You got it right.
Yeah.
Datto, high five. We're tied. For 2 points.
Bam.
Mhm.
Hell yeah.
All right. All right. Can I get a point score, please?
Oh, Tefty has 3. Pope still at 0. Briar, because we keep giving the man that has the most points more points, is at 5.
Look, it wouldn't be fair.
Ooh.
Watts is at 3.
All right.
Datto and Pat are at 2.
All right.
We're
These,
within reach. We're
5,
within
2
reach.
people at 3, 2 people at 2, and 1 person at 0.
Yes, 1 person at 5, 1 at
all right.
2
So
at 3,
let's
2 at 2.
let's go right into this next question. What is one place in the world your significant other would most like to visit? What is one place in the world that your significant
The
other
real world.
Got this on lock.
Nah,
What
I got
is
this one.
one
This one's so
place
easy.
in the world your significant other would like to visit? I am going to start off with Briar. What is that place?
What is New Zealand?
The answer is correct. New Zealand or Iceland. New Zealand. Briar gets a point.
Oh, I could have chose out of 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's my wife
2
was
out of
like,
236 or however many.
All right, Watts, you're up.
190 something. I don't know.
what is a place that Toma would like to visit?
Japan. He only likes Japan.
The answer is Japan. Correct. All right. Tefty, you're up. What is one place?
See, this
Memes
is
would
tough
most like
because
to visit.
it's Europe. I know it's somewhere in Europe, but like this is the tough
Mhm.
one. Is like there's a lot of places in
Mhm.
Did
Europe.
she get specific? Maybe she just said Europe.
Yeah, did she
She
say
would've got
Europe?
specific.
Oh.
No.
Interesting.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna go Paris.
Interesting. She said Ireland.
That could have been the
Ireland's
day.
beautiful.
She was like, today I'd like to go to Ireland. But tomorrow I'll be Paris. But you know what? It would be great to visit London. So
All right. I'm just saying. All right.
Ireland is beautiful.
yeah.
So
It is beautiful. Yes.
my wife, I would say Vietnam. I think she would most like to visit.
Isn't
The Mendoza wine region of Argentina.
Right. Nowhere near. Good.
Really
near.
specific.
Not even.
No, it's far. It's
Not
far
even
away.
the same continent.
Nah. Andy, okay, what do you got?
This is really hard because she likes Lord of the Rings, so I want to say New Zealand.
Hmm. That's my wife. My wife. did.
But she also really likes anime and animation and Japan, so I want to say Japan.
Choose Iceland.
She's
3,
100% said both in her answer.
2,
Yes, she. Yeah,
One.
I'm gonna go with Japan and New Zealand in the same trip. I'm taking a gamble. It's probably just Japan.
Gambler.
It's probably just
So
Japan.
if she doesn't have both of those in there, you get the question wrong.
If she does, though, we gotta give him 2 points for that. Balls.
Double or
That's
nothing.
balls.
Double or nothing.
Double or
That's
Are
nothing.
you
I'm
double
doing
or
it.
nothing this one?
I'm doing it. Double or
Double-
nothing.
Sure.
It's got to have
Are
both.
you sure?
Because
Gotta have
I
both.
like how.
Ooh,
by
I like
the
this.
way-
I like double
by
or
the
nothing.
way,
All right, fair enough.
Hold on, Pope. You said what one place do you want to go? Briar's wife gave 2 in that answer.
That's true.
So actually, knowing Andy, she would only give 1. So I fucked myself by saying 2. 'Cause
My
she would
wife
go
also
very
said, "What's your favorite animal?" And she said, "I am an animal."
All right, so
It's. Oh God damn it!
Andy answers first and foremost. Japan.
Oh.
Aside from that,
Oh.
Iceland.
Oh. I told you to say Iceland too.
Damn.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
That's the
That
gamble
was
of
two.
double
highs
nothing.
and the lows.
Gambler.
That's
He's a
big one.
gambler.
Gambler, guys.
That's a big one. All right, Datto, you're on point.
Egypt.
Without hesitation?
No hesitation.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
Egypt is correct.
Yes.
There you
Nice.
go. Yay.
Yeah, man, this is great. All right. So this last one,
I'm just trying to stay ahead of Pope.
well, I guess it's not the last one, but we could. What profession would your significant other most like to have? What profession would your significant other most like to have? So it may include the one they're currently in if they're happy, or is it another one? Or is it what profession would your significant other most like to have? And we are going to start back at the front with Briar Rabbit. I think your wife's throwing you a curveball here.
See, that's a hint, Pope. You can't be
Is
tossing
it?
out hints like that.
I can and I will.
Fair enough.
I think
3,
if she could
2.
choose anything, it would be horse trainer.
Even with me trying to distract the man, he got it right. Horse trainer.
Yes.
Jeez.
My father's actually trying to get us to move down to Pennsylvania so she would be a horse trainer.
Nice.
Maybe we should do that.
Can the final one be worth like fucking 20 points just so none of this matters? And we have a chance of beating Briar.
All right, so let's go with Watts. What are you up to? What is Tomo's profession? That
He
would
just
most
wants
like
to play
have?
video games.
He's probably happy doing what he's
The
doing.
streamer.
So he answered this in a two-part. He answered this in a two-part.
Does it include
Um,
baseball and video games?
He answered this in a two-part
Okay.
from when he was a child until now.
Okay.
And,
Okay. Okay.
Do you want a double or nothing?
Yeah, double or nothing.
You're double or nothing. So
Baseball, video
as a
games.
child, what did he
Wanted to-
want to do?
Play baseball.
All right. And as now?
Wants to play video games.
Video games.
All right. So this is a very good question to have in this chat. You are the
Oh, no.
final answer here because he said Watts was correct. He did want to be a pro baseball player growing up, but now he wants to be a game developer. Is a game developer?
He does get to play
playing
video
video
games.
That's why
I'm
he
just
started
saying-
being a. That's why he wanted to
But-
become a developer was to just
I
play
don't
video
know.
games.
I'm
This
counting
is
it. I'm counting it.
no.
Game
This is
tester
up to
chat.
chat.
I don't
This is up
see.
to chat. I need to
Lots
see.
of people play video games. Not nearly as many develop video games.
Yeah, I mean, yes or no in here. Let's see the chat. The
I'm seeing yes.
overwhelming.
I'm seeing a lot of yeses.
Seeing
a lot of no's.
yeses.
That is a lot of no's too.
Yeah.
No,
I'm seeing a lot of
There's more
I'm
yeses
seeing more
now.
yeses.
There's
I'm
more
seeing more
yeses.
yeses. Yeah.
Chat's got my back.
I'm getting
Let's
2.
go for
I'm
yes.
marking
You
2.
said no. I'm banned.
I'm marking
Even though
2.
you did postpone
That's a
Anthem.
very, that's a very hazy line right there.
All
Yeah,
right.
you
Sure
do
is
know
on
that
mark 2.
Watts postponed Anthem, right? Are you sure you
Now-
want to vote yes on this?
Memes. What in memes?
Singer
Answer here.
songwriter. Like it's without a doubt. If she didn't say that, I'm gonna definitely have to have a discussion with her afterwards about aligning, what we've talked about.
All right. So she answered this as a two-part as well.
Okay.
All right. So are you wanting to double down
Okay.
or go with that answer?
Yes. No, I'll double
As
down.
some part of it.
Yeah.
All right. So you're going to double down.
So singer songwriter, and then the second part.
All right. So
Second part.
something about what she would currently want to be doing and she would like to do.
Currently, singer songwriter would like to also score TV and film soundtracks.
All right. So I'm going to leave this one up to the chat as well because this is a two-part. This is a double, very close. Chat will decide this. Music is still my profession, but I'd like to add film composer.
Oh, there it is.
I'm going to
Nice.
count that.
I'm counting that.
I would
I'm
count
in.
that.
That's counting.
All right.
For sure.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So next one is my wife, and profession would she like to be? She would like to be an operatic singer.
Dragon
We're
trainer.
just going with that.
Oh, it's Dragon Trainer.
All right.
No,
It's Dragon
She wants to
Trainer.
be
it
a
is. Absolutely.
teacher abroad.
Okay.
Chat,
A
we've
teacher
got a mission
abroad.
for you. Tomorrow morning, what we're going to need is a supercut of all of Pope's answers and then his wife's answers.
All right, Datto, you're up.
I don't remember if we've talked about this. She talked about wanting the event manager job at Bungie, so I'm just gonna go with that.
Interesting. She would. Andy. No, this is Andy. So okay, I went to the wrong one. All right,
Okay.
good. I was about to give the wrong answer. Honestly, a big fan of the one I have now, video producer.
Okay,
So she's very content with where she is.
fair enough.
All right. Let's see what you got there, Senor Patrick.
Oh, wait. Did Dad get a point?
No,
We did not.
Okay.
No.
Okay. God damn it.
I love her answers.
This might be a 4-part answer.
I know.
Pat. Like you could.
This is
forward
this is
nothing.
probably a. She actually has a works cited list. So
See, I know she's not happy doing what she does currently. So I'm sure that was part of what she said. I know whatever she wants to do wants to be like doing art in some way. Recently we talked about like how awesome it would be for her to do science fiction. Doing
Interesting.
science fiction art, book covers and shit like that.
You're not
Yeah.
getting any hints from this face.
Yeah, I know.
How many answers are in this answer of Andy's?
Oh, just so many.
The thing is, she would be happy doing so many things, as long as it's like
Give me your
involving
answer.
her. As long as it's
3,
involving her being creative, I know I
2,
can't be wrong because she has a lot of different
1.
possibilities within her
Pick
life.
one.
I'm gonna say
Go.
a book artist.
Profession.
I'm gonna
Book
say
artist. Okay.
an artist that God damn it,
What'd you just say?
Artist.
artist.
Said artist. But you got to be more specific than that.
I know
Yeah.
it's just like she enjoys the creative process. I'm gonna say she wants
Give
to
me
do,
a job.
She wants to do fucking concept art.
Okay.
Concept.
She said
Okay.
she would like to be a concept artist
There you
for
go.
video games.
Oh,
or
there
comic
you
Nice.
go.
Nice.
It was very short and concise. I was just
I was gonna say that was the shortest answer we've heard today.
And you got it right.
All right. And so
A
Data, you already
drawer.
did yours. Everybody went through, right?
I think
Okay.
so. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And did we do the one with what is one thing your significant other cannot live without?
No, we
No.
have
We
not.
did. No.
All right. So
What's
what
the
is
score?
one?
What's the score right now?
Yeah, we need a score.
Breyer's still in the lead. He has 7. Watts has 6. Tefty 5. Datto and I have 3. I 5. And Pope with 0.
Yes. Okay.
Nailing it.
Nailing it. All right. I just wanted to make sure there was no impropriety here, that you guys didn't think that I was trying to run away with this. So you guys don't know. I guess we didn't talk about it yet, but the winner of this competition gets a all expense paid dinner with their significant other.
What's that
Right,
worth?
I'd
Like
say.
$1,000 or so? I would say. Right.
At least.
Sounds fair.
Since you guys
Steakhouse, go.
You get some,
At
some
the,
hot dogs at a ball game. That's what you get.
at the restaurant of my choosing.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Definitely Taco Bell.
All right, so let's start off with. We're just gonna go cut right into the middle here, and we're gonna rearrange these so you guys can't say that I was not being fair. All right, so what is one thing your significant other cannot live without? And this is for me. And I would say, while I want to say something like, her child or her family, should probably say
Breathing.
something like air. But I'm going to go with something more visceral than that. And I'm going to say
based off that breathing answer.
Yeah.
You might be on the right track.
I'm going to go with chapstick. Final answer.
Chapstick.
Chapstick. All right.
And the answer is chapstick.
Oh.
Oh, you're right.
There you go.
All right.
I'm on the board.
He's on the board.
I'm happy for you, and I'm still suspect. I'm
It's a little
suspicious
suspicious.
of you actually getting one right.
Very.
All right. Watts, you're up.
I'm gonna
What is
go.
one thing your significant other cannot live without?
Electricity.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to go with the Briar
That's
Rabbit body pillow?
It is very useful.
Whatever
Very.
spray
The
he puts
answer
on his shoes.
the answer that Tomo gave is I don't even know what this is. It's WAIFU exclamation mark.
Oh,
Waifu.
That's really sweet. Damn.
He can't. Is that you?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. He
The
can't live
wife,
without
the
you.
waifu.
The waifu.
Oh, is that like an anime thing?
Yes.
All right. Well, that's really sweet, Tomo.
I'm marking Tomo down for 1 point.
Tomo gets a point. Yes.
Tomo gets 1 point.
1 point for that. All right. Let's see. Datto, you're up.
Caffeine.
Solid answer. Your wife. Sorry. Your significant other
Not there yet.
did
Danielle, don't panic.
did not say that though. She said books.
Books.
Oh, man. Caffeine, I felt like it was a no-brainer. Damn it.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
She's
one.
always always ranting at me about I never have caffeine and she always needs caffeine and then
All right.
all right.
Patrick, you're up.
This is a really tough one because there's 2 things in her life that she absolutely cannot live without.
Did she
Aside
answer
from air.
both of them?
Yeah. Well, 3 things, I guess. Then we're gonna say
5
the
things.
thing is books. She really likes books.
Is that your final answer?
No, it's chicken wings.
Your answer is chicken wings.
My answer is chicken wings.
That
Over
is
books.
Incorrect.
That is incorrect. Her
Uh-huh.
answer is reading. I love reading. Scary
Oh,
stuff, funny
man.
stuff, fantasy, science fiction.
Should have gone with the books.
just always loved how much a good book can teach you something neat, give you a new perspective, or break you away from things for a bit to go into another world.
And I know that if she is reading a book, I know if she has a book in front of her or a plate of chicken wings, I know which she's choosing.
Apparently, the
Oh,
book.
I think you get the reward for like being this close all night. Like this close.
All right, Briar, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go caffeine.
What is that?
Caffeine.
Be specific. Caffeine is in a lot of things.
That's true.
Coffee.
That doesn't sound very like. You didn't sound very like you like that was. Is that your final
we
answer? I
didn't
want to
hear
hear
a final answer.
conviction.
Are you trying to like steer me away from coffee right now?
I mean, I think that anybody should cut the amount of coffee they have.
I feel like
Is that your final answer?
Yeah,
Stand
I
by.
feel like
Don't
you're
let him
trying to pull
distract
me
you,
off
Brian.
of coffee.
I'm gonna distract you.
All right. The answer is coffee. You got it right, Briar.
I think we lose, guys.
The rich.
I think
get
it's over.
richer.
All right. Defty, you're up.
It's like I think it's gonna be one of 2 things. It's either food because she loves food. Memes absolutely loves food, or
Interesting.
it's she loves her hair being pulled, like not in an aggressive sexual way. I'm talking about
You got to grab by the base,
like
of the hair,
gentle,
not the ends of the hair, 'cause
gentle.
then it
She likes her
tugs
hair
the
being
base of
played
the
with.
hair.
Whoa.
That's a little
Okay,
better.
that's a better
Yeah.
answer.
Yeah, I don't know there, Tefty.
Like,
No,
just
okay.
running the fingers through the
you know what?
hair.
She calls it pullage.
Would you-
All right. This is her
Would you
term.
say
She likes
that
her
this
hair
when-
being played with. She calls it pullage. All right.
So, Tefty, would you say when you're pulling her hair, you're shaking her fantasy?
Unbelievable.
Memes is gonna be devastating.
All right. So, Memes did not answer that.
I'm gonna look up pullage on Urban Dictionary.
She didn't, huh? Did she go with some
She
sort
answered-
of like existential?
She said you, Tefty. I bet she said you.
Did she go sappy on
I
this?
bet she said you.
Chocolate with 2 exclamation marks.
Oh, never mind.
This is no. Unbelievable.
Looking at it, man.
Unbelievable.
Looking at it.
Pullage on Urban Dictionary is a person or person successfully seduced.
Well,
That's what Memes has been
Interesting.
telling me this whole time. Wow.
All right.
Interesting.
All right. So I think we're gonna finish up with this last.
How many questions do we
one
have?
here?
One more.
is this
Yeah.
the final question?
I believe so. Let me. Yes, this
Needs
is the
to be
final
worth
question.
how much for just anyone to win?
This is a.
Is it hard? Is it a hard question?
If this is like a. Yeah, I guess it could be hard, but yeah. Let's give this one worth. This one's worth. What would be the tiebreaker on it?
Are we going off you? Because you would
No.
need. Oh, what do you mean tiebreaker?
No,
Watts
for
was
like-
1 point behind me, right?
1 point.
Yes.
So this
2
one
points
is
now. 2 points.
2 points.
this one
now,
is
'cause you're-
worth. This one is worth 2 points, and if you can double down and give me a location,
Oh Jesus. Okay.
and for an extra point.
So potential 3.
Mm-hmm. All right. Your significant other may not have given a location, and if they didn't, you could state that they didn't, and then you would get that point.
Jeez. Okay.
What the hell?
All right.
Makes
All
sense.
right.
It makes sense. Makes
So
sense.
the question is, if your significant other got a tattoo, what would it be? And where?
What? Oh,
Like, what if they have a tattoo now?
The answer is, the question is, if your significant other got a tattoo, what would it be and where?
So, Briar, you have a really easy job on this. Just say what her tattoo is and where it is.
All right. So I am going to start this off because my
Oh,
track
wording
record,
is
I
weird,
mean,
right?
this is going to be, I don't think so. You know, if your significant other got a tattoo, a new tattoo, a tattoo, where would it go? And what would it be? And so I'm going to say that my wife would put a
the answer's dragon for everybody.
Dragon. Yeah.
picture of me on her butt. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So oh, close, I guess. I would have to answer if this one is correct. It may be in spirit correct. Ink the stink. Ink the stink. So her answer would be ink the stink.
That's
So
what she would get?
yeah. She would put it right on her butt.
Hmm.
That's what she says.
But she
I'm
didn't
gonna
say
go no.
of what.
I'm going no.
it's our tattoo. It's the one that Patrick and I are getting.
Oh,
Oh, so she's gonna like Trump Patrick's
I
tattoo.
would give
Well,
that.
yeah,
I
so
would
she's
give
gonna
that.
she's gonna take
give
over
that.
Katu's side so
I
that
would-
we can complete the heart. That is so
I would give
special.
that.
That is so beautiful.
She's taking one.
You're
for the
reading a lot into that. There's a lot
No,
of
I'm not
artistic
reading a lot
interpretation
into
in that answer.
No,
I would at
That's
least
gonna-
give one.
that is at least they're saying that's points.
What was Pope's answer again?
I would say at least one.
Based
But-
on what?
Yeah, what was Pope's answer?
He said
He said
his
he wants
face
his
on
face.
the
His
butt.
face on the butt.
That's
My
true. He didn't say
face-
face specifically. That's true.
Well, he got
Oh,
butt,
fine,
So I would
right?
give 1 point for
You know
butt.
what? If you guys
but that's
want to
it.
kick a man
Does
while he's
location
down,
count? Location counts for one, right?
location count as
That's true.
one.
One.
for 1 point.
Thank you.
1 point.
Thank you.
1 point.
All right, so let's go straight into Watts now.
Tomo doesn't like tattoos.
Okay.
Tomo wouldn't get a tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
The answer is the
And-
void because it doesn't exist.
Okay.
All right. Let me find it first on your list. I'm sorry.
If you picked a tattoo and where to put it, I'm gonna be really mad.
And so you're saying that not only would he say no tattoo, he would give no location. So that's your two
Yes.
question.
Yes.
His answer is probably some Ganji or something Japanese, but he gave no location. So you get 1 point.
He doesn't like tattoo. Okay.
Maybe he took it as like if I had to absolutely
yes.
get one.
Yes. And he should have
All
said
right.
a tree. Doesn't matter. It's fine.
All right, Datto, you're up.
Okay. Danielle currently has like just a simple kind of pattern design on her arm, and I think she said she wants to get another one of those similar patterns on her leg.
Mm-hmm.
That's the final answer.
So you're giving that line design on her leg. Those are your answers.
Yes, similar line design
Okay.
that she has on her arm on her leg.
Okay. So she did not give a location, but she did say another one like the current one on my arm, just a line design.
Okay, I'll
and
take
for
it.
the record here, it's not in the where isn't in the question. I just threw that in there.
Okay,
Some
I'll
bullshit.
take
So I'm
it.
trying
I'll
to
take
to
points.
add points to make it interesting.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
all right. So the next one is because some people answered them with all right. The next one goes to Holtzman.
I feel like we've had this conversation. She wouldn't want to tattoo.
Holst. If your girlfriend got
Yeah.
a
I used to
tattoo,
golf with this guy, and every time he got
What
up to
would
the
it be?
tee,
Mhm.
he would
Yeah.
start a conversation
Mhm.
while we were
Yes.
waiting for him to hit the ball. I feel like
Right, and
that's a
just
lot like
sit
when
there.
Holtz
yes.
gets like the microphone, and everybody's like, "You could have thought about this for the last 5 minutes while everybody else was answering the question."
That's
But
what I've been
instead-
doing.
He thinks when his time comes up. When you say
Yeah.
Give me
Holtzman,
the
He's
answer.
like the person when
Holtz.
when you're waiting in line at McDonald's, finally gets up at the front and says, "What do
and
you
he's
want to
like,
order?"
Asking a bunch of questions about the stuff that comes in the
Do
sandwich.
you have any coupons?
Does that have mustard on it? I don't like mustard.
Is that
Okay.
spicy mustard? Or?
She'd probably get some elvish writing.
Interesting.
Elvish.
Elvish, like from Lord
From
of the
who?
Rings. From
Lord of the
Lord of the
Rings.
Rings. From Tolkien.
Okay.
And
All right.
she would probably get it, I don't know, on her wrist.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
Sounds pretty
Like
good.
a wristwatch, like you can tell the time. Oh, it's
No,
So,
it's
I think-
fucking.
I-
It's second breakfast
Yeah,
time.
11sies.
Bitches. Let's go.
All right. So Holtz is got the award for so close tonight. I really love geometric designs and have a solid idea of something I'd like done on the inside of my right forearm.
Wow.
Sounds like wrist.
Close to the wrist, but not the wrist. And
The
geometric
line between
designs.
wrist and forearm is so
Elvin-
thin, though.
You know, Elvin is more flowy than but it has geometric pattern. No, sorry,
It's different. It's
we are
close,
not going to
but
go
yeah.
with it.
Okay. Well,
All right, Briar, what's your what would your wife get as a tattoo?
what's the score?
Doesn't matter.
you just win.
You can say nothing.
Winning if you get it
Anything.
right.
You can say.
I'm going with
I think you already win. I think.
You
Yeah,
win.
you win, no matter
don't
what.
have to answer. You don't even have to show up to take the final exam, Briar.
Oprah Winfrey on her back.
Interesting.
He's still gonna
Um,
somehow get 2 points.
He's gonna get
there
this
is-
right.
Your wife is a enigma wrapped in a riddle. I mean, she is a ton of fun to party with. I'll tell you that. So
True.
her answer is DCP
Oprah
logo.
Winfrey on her back.
A DCP logo like Tefty's head in silhouette.
Nice.
Wow.
She wants, yeah. That's. You can't guess that woman. She's throwing curveballs
Curveballs, man.
left and right. All right, Tefty,
Wow.
you're up.
So tattoos, we haven't really talked about tattoos. So this is
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be something spiritual So like a spirit animal or something like that.
I bet it's a cat.
No, definitely not a cat. Her spirit animal is
What if it
definitely
was your
dragon.
cat?
I don't think she would do
What if
that.
it was a cheetah? What would it be? A cheetah, maybe?
See, it's either an owl or a frog. And I
Interesting.
don't think she gave a location.
Okay. So you get 1 point for the no location. And she said maybe a heart piece tattoo or an owl with an open wing.
Oh,
Owl with an open wing, like one open
Owl
wing.
with open wing. So he gets 2 points for that. That is
wow.
a 2-point answer there. Good job,
Good
Tefta.
job,
Way
Tef.
way to close that one
My
out strong.
goodness.
I just want to say that we would have a 3-way tie if we didn't count Briar's bullshit Viggo Mortensen, not Viggo Mortensen.
Hey, what if they counted my cat? You know, my cat answer. Come on.
No.
Feline.
No.
It's just one of those things. We do have one possible tiebreaker question if you guys wanted it. It's out there. I'll leave it up to you guys if you want me to ask it.
Okay.
But
I think we should ask it.
we have 2 questions left. So who is
I'm
the better
enjoying my
cook?
lead over Pope by 1 point. I don't know if I want to risk it.
Who is the better cook? So your significant other would answer that question. Who is the better cook, you or them?
Oh,
And
this
then
is
the
dangerous.
second
Oh,
one,
easy.
the second one would be what is your so let's make this a 2-part one if you guys want to, for all the marbles. These are worth 2 points each for a total.
Okay.
of
I don't know.
4.
I really feel like we should do Twitter questions. Like we're really
No,
late,
I mean,
guys. We really ought to do
so-
the Twitter questions.
We're gonna start off with.
People are going to be mad if we don't get to
Datto.
their questions. They got interesting
Datto.
questions that need to be asked.
Give me your significant other's favorite animal, and who does she think is the better cook, you or her?
Favorite
She
animal?
is. Well, I cooked chicken for one time, and she said she really liked it. But I feel like she's her and Pitbull.
And Pitbull.
Yeah, doggy.
All right. Okay. So her favorite animal is foxes, but he'll probably say a dog. That's cute. And then so is that do you get a point for that?
Yes.
Okay. She guessed your answer correctly. All right. And who's the better cook? She says Stefan is, but I'm a close second. We're both average.
Fair enough. I respect it.
All right. Let's go with Watts.
Better cook, me. Animal, I know he really likes Shiba Inu dogs, but I'm gonna go cat because we have cats.
I'm trying to find the animal. For some reason, its favorite animal is a tiger.
Oh,
He is
That
that-
doesn't
Isn't
count.
that a cat?
I got cut out of
count.
this. I got cut out of this. So it's like
Yeah.
it's for
We
you.
set legal
Which
precedent.
one was it? A tiger? Okay.
And you got the first one right, though. He did say that you were the better cook.
Yes.
All right. So let's
never
go
talked
with
about a tiger in our lives.
let's
We've
go
never
with
talked about a tiger.
Andy.
Can I just not answer?
No, you have
Answer.
to answer. These are entertaining.
Her favorite
go.
animal is a cat, unless we're going with mythical creatures again. In that case, it's a dragon. And
Watts is yelling at her.
Who's the better cook?
we both fucking love cooking. I'm gonna.
It's not who loves cooking more, Pat.
True. It's who's
Who's
better.
better?
That's the thing is I've eaten every time I've eaten her food like
I'm
this
about
is
to
really
log
good.
you out of our email account.
I'll be the bad guy. I'll say me. That's not the right way to.
Is that what she would say?
What would she say?
She would say Pat, I think.
She would probably say, I really like Patrick's cooking, but I think I'm probably the better. No, she wouldn't say that. She would just say, she likes my cooking.
Yeah, she's gonna say you.
All right.
She'll say you.
So she says, that's very tough. we both love cooking, and you guys are like meant for each other. Seriously, you can't give like, that's very tough. We both love cooking and always have enjoyed cooking together. So both of us, ? I've always ended up going to his apartment more than he comes to mine, and he's usually already had an idea for a meal. He's also cooked solo for me more often than I have for him, but he's got to have more time. He has gotten to have more of my cooking lately. So there is like a non-answer in there. So her answer
she
is
didn't
both
answer
of
the
us.
question.
I know. I didn't
didn't-
want to. And I didn't want to. Is that worth anything?
You see,
But
you
you
should have.
did.
You should have
It's
done.
close.
You should have said no answer instead.
You should have said both. No answer. Can't
Yeah.
decide.
Yeah.
Too close.
All right.
Can't call.
And
I like how my
and
initial answers have basically always been right, and then I just
Yeah.
what is your what is her favorite animal? And she says dragons. Cats also. So you got
like 12 points?
It's like 18 points right here.
Yeah.
I feel like I just win off that, right?
No, you don't. All right, so we already got
Wait, how many
so,
points is that?
Watts, we did yours. Mine. So let's see. I'm the better cook, and I would say a
Mark myself
dog,
down.
but more specifically a beagle.
Because that's what you guys
All
have.
right. So who's the better cook? Me. So and then my dog Ace, he might say elephants. So but yes, I got it right.
Nice.
So that's
How many points? 2?
That's both. So it's 4 points. So 2 points each, right? All right. So we did Andy and
Pat, you get
now
4.
Yeah, I marked myself down.
Briar,
God damn
you're
it.
up.
Yes.
Is your wife-
She is a better cook, and her favorite
Okay.
animal is her cat.
Not the horse.
Mm-hmm. You said she is the better cook.
Yes.
She says "est moi," so you're wrong there.
No.
That doesn't look like she is or anything I know. No, she obviously, yeah, she said she agrees with you. And then
Briar wins.
favorite animal, and you said is
Her cat.
it is correct, cat.
Okay, well, we just suck, so
There it
congratulations.
is.
All right, and then so let's just finish this out. What did Meme say?
See, we're both decent at cooking, but
If you get this right, you can tie it.
I
Ooh.
think she'd say I'm like slightly better at cooking. I think she would say that. And then when
Risky gamble.
it's very risky. And then with the animal
Risky for the
thing,
biscuit.
the animal is really tough because we just love animals straight up across the board, and like dogs, cats, we're animal people. So singling that out, man, we miss
What would
Merlin.
she answer?
What's that?
What would she answer?
Is it cheetah?
Both cats and dogs.
All right. So I'm going to give you a opportunity to double or nothing.
Okay.
For the win.
Because
Take it.
For the
Tefty, you're
win.
already losing. Just take it.
for the win, Tefty, you need to give me more specifically. Your wife was more specific about who's the better cook,
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
but her answer has to do
All right.
with types of cooking.
Yeah. I see. Oh boy. Okay. Now I have to think about this.
Right. And so, and while you're thinking about that, your answer for cat favorite animal is correct. She said cat and dog. So you got that one right.
Okay. I think
All
when
right.
it comes to food, she's gonna single out particular dishes that I make that are better. Like she's really good at making like a roasted veggie type of thing, like a sandwich type of, you know, like she's really good at those aspects. Like I handle like breakfast I'm good at, and like I'm on the
Division of
spot
labor,
right
I see.
now. I'm on the spot and it's making me uncomfortable thinking about this stuff.
Okay. So you're saying it's specific food items.
Yeah. That's exactly. Yeah, she's
right.
definitely better at certain
Are
stuff.
you like coaching him through this answer?
Is that your final answer, Tefty?
I don't know about this. I don't know about this.
Is this your final
Well,
answer?
he asked if I want to double down if I got this
Yeah,
right, and like it's
you're-
very, no, there's very specific things.
Somehow.
Very like memes absolutely is gonna like handle certain types of meals because she does them better,
Sure.
and then I'm gonna handle
Okay.
certain types of meals because I do them better. But I think overall I take the lead in terms of
All right.
Who is a better chef? Well,
Her
barely.
answer is, this is a hard one. I think he is a better cook, and I'm the better baker.
Ooh.
That's the answer.
Oh.
No score there.
I did say roasted
Close. You
veggies,
could've-
but that isn't baking
That's not
specifically.
baking.
That's not
yeah.
baking.
No.
See,
So-
that's why I
You-
had to think
that was
about.
really close.
I had to think about that stuff, and
That was really close.
She does the baking. I don't do any of the baking. Damn.
Mhm.
Rip.
Yeah, so that was really
That's
close.
Your Honor, Briar.
I believe we have Briar Rabbit
What?
as the winner.
What was the question? The question was who's a better cook, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Her answer and Tefty's answer were both Tefty.
But I asked him to double down to be more specific as to what she would say.
that was the gamble.
I gave an
Yeah.
opportunity for the win. It was a tough one, but it was for the win.
Yeah.
For the win.
You wouldn't,
Yeah.
you wouldn't have wanted it any other way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Alright,
had to
so-
think about like cooking, and I just forgot about baking stuff. But yeah.
Okay. So
I'll
final.
take my $1,000 check as a gift certificate to Applebee's.
Can we just give you a microwave and some Stouffer's frozen meals, and that'll be like the same
That's
thing?
great.
Yeah, and some
Well, I really appreciate you
Martin
guys.
mix.
I want to thank your significant others for putting up with my, questions and for putting up with us. I know a lot of our free time.
Yeah, I'm pretty
goes
annoying.
into putting up with the podcast and coming on the show and having to do all this stuff. So just want to, in this spirit of Valentine's Day, I wanted to say thank you to them and to all the significant others that are listening to the podcast right now that are having to listen in the car because their spouse just loves to listen to DCP, even though you don't play Destiny and you're driving for 3 hours and you've got to listen to. This is for you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Well, thanks, guys. That was fun playing that.
I'm getting
That's
some
fun.
cheddar.
That was a
bay
lot of
boys.
Final point tallies. By the way, Tomo with 1 because that answer.
Right.
Pope Bear with 6. Yep, that's 6.
You got up to 6?
He got up to 6 because he got
Wow.
all the last 2 questions correct.
The daily double?
Nice.
Yeah, the daily
Mhm.
double. He was previously at, I believe, 2. Datto with 6 as well.
Nice.
I caught up.
Very nice. Very nice.
Patrick with 7.
Mhm.
Watts with 8.
Mhm.
Tefty with 9, and
Mhm.
Briar wins with 12.
12.
12.
Commanding lead, I would
Stands
say.
above
Commanding.
the
That
crowd with
is-
12.
I just got to give you
Good job,
that.
Brian.
You got the boob one right.
Yeah, that was
That's
impressive.
just-
Yeah, that's amazing.
Come on.
That's,
Once you see that, are you going to ever pick a different answer?
Also,
no.
it's impressive the chat
Sure.
gave you the Viggo Mortensen one, however you say his name.
I know. I'm still.
Like, what the
I
hell?
don't agree
I
with
was even
I was
with
thinking of the
even
same
with
guy, I
him
just
not
didn't know his name.
even when if he didn't get that one right, he still would have won.
True. Yeah.
True.
All right.
I feel like that was the catalyst, though. You know?
GG's.
That was the catalyst. Well, no, the
that
boobs
was
were the
fun.
catalyst. Boobs were definitely the catalyst.
Boobs.
Started a dominant streak of just winning.
Well, we have we haven't
Catalyst
really
for many
talked.
things, I would say.
Is there any other video game stuff we want to talk about before we get into? I guess there's a lot of video game stuff that comes out of the Twitter questions, right?
Yeah, you guys want to do some Twitter questions?
Yeah.
We can
Yeah,
go for
we
2
have
hours. We can
time.
do a couple.
We got time for a couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd love to say I'm going to pick out the best ones, but I'm just going to kind of pick them randomly.
You know,
All right.
I don't know, Brian.
Hero of Time 39. Oh man, for a second I thought this said Hero Time 38, and I got really excited, but it's 39.
Okay.
Would Datto
Hero?
rather answer? Would Datto rather answer? Does my beta progress carry over for all eternity, or have the Dream Team kill each other every time he's the traitor in Trouble in Terrorist Town filming?
Dream Team, because at least with that, I'm still winning. Right? There's no winning with the question. Right? They might kill each other, but I still win. Right?
Mhm.
The other one, I don't win.
You don't win. Mm-hmm.
Evan Meyer says, "Do you think Bungie Activision split was made at the right time with all the craziness that's going on in Activision right now?"
I think all the craziness that's going on is what determined the split.
For a little back history, if you don't know, Activision laid off almost 800 employees yesterday.
After profitable year, record profits.
Yeah, record profits. They announced record profits in their earnings and then laid off 800 people.
Yeah.
A lot of those apparently are Blizzard employees, which previously I would say that the conversation, or my understanding had always been that Blizzard, while it was Blizzard Activision, Blizzard was kind of a separate entity. So it was a little surprising that Blizzard kind of took the hit so hard.
Yeah, that is weird.
Yeah, it's always tough in this, when you see in this industry, like a company or a studio go down or a bunch of people get laid off. And aside from the conversation that has to do with Activision, one of the things that I thought was awesome was how many studios jumped on Twitter and social media and were like, we're really sorry to hear this. Apply here, and
yeah.
I think that I don't know if you see that in any other industry, really. But that's pretty awesome. And it sucks for those families, because I know that if I was to all of a sudden get a pink slip, and even if I got a severance package, you still have bills and mortgages and stuff that, kids are going.
Yeah.
So some people are there on work visas, and they have to. You have to find work within 60 days, or else,
or you get kicked out the country,
get deported.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. GDC is happening right now, the Games Developer Conference.
I
don't know.
I don't know.
Is it?
Is that happening right now, or is that soon?
Monday,
like
March
much
18th,
later.
Friday,
Yeah,
March 18th. Okay.
Yeah,
So
usually in March.
I know a lot of that. One of the big topics for GDC this year is unionization of game developers, and I think with Telltale Studios shutting down and what happened over there, with 800 employees getting cut from Activision. Activision. You work your ass off to make your Call of Duty game or your Guitar Hero game or whatever, and then due to no fault of your own, you get laid off. That just hurts, right? And meanwhile, the CEO is getting a $15 million bonus.
Yeah.
That just hurts. So,
Yeah.
It really sucks because a lot of them didn't know what was going on and if they were going to lose their job, if they weren't going to lose their job. They didn't give any type of heads up. They weren't like, okay, guys, look, this is the picture that we're looking at. In like a month, 2 months, we're going to have to start cutting some people. It was just like, you just found out if you have a job or not. And
it leaked to the press before the company itself started talking about it,
which is terrible. They should, the people who it is affecting should always know first.
Yeah.
There's no reason why you're not telling them.
Mm-hmm.
It's just cool.
So is it Blindy says, what if the recent rumors that there's no more content past the season pass this year are true? Will it be a huge problem, or will the promise of Bungie doing what Bungie wants keep players interested enough to rebound with whatever Bungie comes up with in 2020?
I think they're always going to be able to rebound regardless of how low the population gets for the current game, because there's enough of a fan base that's interested in the IP. It's like Borderlands. Like, not very many people playing Borderlands 2 right now, or for occasional events, but once a Borderlands 3 gets announced and is hyped up, it's going to be insane. People are going to be talking about it all the time. But in the meantime, they can survive those waters with the franchise that they have right now.
I think so.
Yeah. I think go ahead, Datto.
No, I don't know. It's tough because, not releasing anything doesn't mean the game gets better or worse. It's just kind of in this purgatory. Whereas if they release stuff and it's not good, then that draws more negative attention. So yeah, it's as long as they put out something good, I think they would be able to bounce back, as long as the lasting memories in people's minds were I had fun with that game, I just ran out of things to do, more than it was the last thing they put out was terrible, so I'm not going to play the next thing, right? They don't really get any more second chances, third, fourth chances with any sort of that situation. Everything they make now needs to be really good, really good. And so yeah, it's tough call.
Yeah, I agree. If they bring out the next thing and it's awesome and people are like, wow, this is so crazy and awesome, then they'll be fine.
Yeah, I think that's the main thing. I mean, just like if they released a turd after Forsaken, then it's going to burn people heavily because they already got burnt from Destiny 2
Yeah.
launch. You know, that whole year was a lot of people look at it as like, damn, I don't know if I'm ever coming back to Destiny. You know, a lot of people have held off on Forsaken because of that. So they definitely have to hit it out of the park with whatever they release next. But if it takes a year, 2 years, if it's like 2021, I don't think that's necessarily going to hurt the franchise. A poor release is going to hurt the franchise more than anything.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
At this point, yeah.
I really think that's we keep seeing all these games being compared to Destiny, and they always bring up this term of, is this the Destiny killer? I honestly believe that the only thing that can kill Destiny is Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And
Absolutely.
they make a crappy game, the next one.
Well, what is a funny narrative is when people talk about Division 2 and they say, will it pull a Destiny 2?
Oh,
That is funny.
that is interesting. That is interesting. Yeah. But we would be able to
Hopefully not.
answer about Anthem tomorrow, but if it wasn't for Watts, I mean,
Thanks,
Yeah,
Watts.
thanks a lot,
Please.
Watts.
it's-
If you don't know,
Delaying games.
Watts delayed Anthem, the release of
It's-
Anthem.
She got a button on her
Literally.
desk.
Literally.
That new PC, there's a button in there, isn't it? Anthem delay button.
There is a button.
Just
Sure,
delayed it.
there's a button.
Yeah.
You know, I
Just-
didn't think it was fair to have those extra 16 hours for people to be ahead of everyone.
Mhm.
Look, she's got two
I
keyboards.
wanted to try and narrow
They're
it
too
down
nice.
as much as possible.
Yeah.
Looking out for the PS4 guys mostly.
Makes sense.
We're
Appreciate
trying to
that, Watts.
narrow that gap as much as possible.
I like it.
Real good, Murph says, all Destiny 2 year 1. Taft was in love and always talking about his Devour Warlock.
It's
All
true.
of year one.
Now, why does
Yes.
he act like it never happened? He has always been a hunter man.
Because it was a dark timeline. Things were confusing. There was no random rolls. The end game was garbage. The raid, you could only play a few times. And you're like, well, I've done everything. So, you know,
You were just
Bizarro
experimenting.
World was me being a warlock. Also, for the Guardian Con, one of the goals, I think it was the biggest donor, which was CC Kuhn, could choose the character that I started with. And CC is a natural supporter of warlocks, and so he picked me to be a warlock. So that's why.
You didn't need to stick with it for as long as you did, Tavsy. You
Yeah,
fell in
come on.
love and kept playing.
You were smitten. You were smitten.
You were in love.
This was a several month period. I think that
remember.
is more. In fact, I hit max level on my warlock. That was the deal. I hit max level on my warlock. And again, it was dark times, guys. Dark times. There's a lot of butt hugging.
Then you kept playing.
I bet you would know what your warlock's favorite animal was.
No.
Look, Defty has completed his 12 steps, and
Okay.
there's no need to remind him of his past
Yeah, these are
alcoholism.
dark times, guys.
Warlock
Jesus.
play. Like every time you see him, just like accept
Let it
Defty as
go.
he is now.
Let it go.
Not as he
Every
was.
time I see him, he's not a warlock.
I'm missing exotic on my warlock. All right, I would like those exotics.
Mhm.
I feel you there. I'm missing one of my warlock and one of my hunters. as well.
Same. We're in the exact same boat. I'm missing
Yeah.
chromatic fire and the gauntlets that are good for bows, whatever those are called.
Gavin Ridsbridger says, is anyone actually bothered about Crimson Days, or is everyone playing Apex Legends?
I'm playing Apex.
I'm playing Apex, but I am playing some Crimson.
Apex. I did all my Crimson yesterday. I'm basically done with the Crimson.
Until next year.
Crimson. Crimple. Cramble.
That's what it was for me, man.
Oathkeeper.
Oathkeeper, yes. Oathkeeper is what I'm missing. Crimson the same way. I logged in
Sorry, that
yesterday.
was just bugging the hell out of me.
It was bugging me too. Thank you. Crimson was a 5-6 hour thing for me, and I'm done with it.
Same.
I'm just concentrating
playing-
on how
I'm
I already
playing
got all the
delayed.
stuff. What am I gonna do? I got the bow. I had everything else. What am I gonna do?
I'm just playing Magic the Gathering, man.
You're also playing Apex.
I know. I'm also playing.
Do we want to take bets on at what point Holtz is suddenly going to become addicted to Anthem?
That would require me.
It's gonna
to buy
take a week for Watts to convince him to buy it.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
3 days of him playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Can we
When
go
is
10
his
days?
first
My guess
video
is 10
coming out?
days.
10 days.
When is his
Interesting.
first like weapon review?
Oh, it's
video
first
come
video.
out?
Well, he's got to get to the end game.
See, it's not like that. This
When's
is
the
this is
first
going to be
stream? I would
yeah. This is going to be like Monster Hunter World, where it's like Monster
Yeah.
Hunter BS, blah blah. I'm not
I
doing
don't
that.
like this. Too much waiting.
Bowguns are fun. Wow, I like this. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Oh man,
I'm going 10 days.
10 days?
Someone's gonna gift Patrick either Origin access,
Yes.
so he can just play it, or they're gonna gift
Mhm.
him the game,
Uh huh.
and then he's gonna have to play it because then he'll feel bad that he's not using the money that someone was specifically like, "I want you to play this game."
I think that is the only way to actually get me to play.
And
is,
then
is basically
3 days.
guilting me into playing.
Like you
Randomizing
said.
already has a code available for
There you go. You
in
got it.
chat. He's
There you
ready.
go.
Boom.
Looks like you'll be
Done.
playing at launch.
Yeah, but did he pay for that code?
Yes, he
or
did.
Did he? Or
Yes,
did
he
he
paid.
get
Graphics
it for
card.
He paid double.
Which,
They
yeah.
said, "Who's this for?" It's for Holtzman. Oh, this is going to cost you $120.
That's it. So does that? So knowing that he has this code, Briar, does that up your timetable? You said 10 days. I'm saying a week now.
Hey, he's definitely going to be
Mm.
reluctant to play this because it's
Yeah.
already
Yeah.
it's already a hipster
This
thing right
costs
now.
random, like over $1,000. So you better play.
Bought a
it.
2080 Ti. Wow.
Oh,
yeah, you are
shit.
guilting me hard here.
Mm-hmm.
The
That's an
code you got for
expensive
free
code.
from the graphics card that you bought.
Expensive.
Still,
That'll run Anthem at 17 frames per second.
Oh man, I hope they optimized it.
Me too. I think there's a new patch, new driver update. Jack of all trades says, seeing as how Bungie seems to be introducing old exotics via lore, how exciting would it be if Destiny 1 exotic swords are reintroduced by defeating Dul Inkaru or Savathun?
Well, Savathun isn't in the game, but Duel and Karu is.
They would have to add it for free, not as like, here's this thing as part of the content drop.
I'm if you add exotic swords in the game, I don't care how good they are. They just swords in Destiny 2 lack a lot of stuff they had in Destiny 1, and that's ammo. Like when I run out of my sword ammo, like after like 3 swings, I'm just like, okay, that's
sucks.
now I'm good. So if they did like a big update where they're like, hey, we upped the ammo of all swords by like 30 to 40%. All right, great. Now we're talking. Now because they do good damage, and I want I want to use them. I want to go through a strike and run around with my sword and slice stuff, but
That's fun.
I think it would be better too if Heavy Ammo Finder like felt like it did something sometimes. Like that's another problem too. Like you look at Destiny 1 sword usage. I remember being able to just roll around with Dark Drinker on my Titan using Ruin Wings, and I'd be able to use a sword literally the entire strike. Meanwhile, Destiny 2, you can maybe use it for like one section of a strike, and that's about it.
Yeah.
And if you don't get ammo drops, it's like, all right,
fun's over.
or am I going to use a heavy machine gun that can get double reserves and I get 300 bullets for it?
Yeah, it seems like scavenger perks are also just the way to go. Aside from like finder perks,
For
don't
sure.
really do anything as far as we can tell.
For sure.
So
Dakota says, do you guys have any cringy fan exchanges, like really bad interactions with fans, whether they wouldn't leave you alone or would take things too far?
I'm gonna go with a dragon with a cat face. Final answer.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to answer that one. I'm gonna say no. That's a nope,
Honestly,
dog.
I haven't. Like, I think honestly the most awkward things that I've had fan interaction wise was someone wanting to take a picture of me without them in it. Just walked up to me, took a picture of me. Keep in mind, not in cosplay, just look like this. And that was it. That's all they wanted, was just to take a picture of me. And then they left. And I was like, all right, next. Come on. Hello. That was it. Otherwise, people have been I'm actually surprised at the lack of awkward stories that I have.
Yeah.
Because fans, generally speaking, like, at least when they come up to me in public or at conventions or whatever, good.
Yeah.
You guys do good. So keep it up. Don't
Yeah, I
be that
agree.
weird.
Yeah.
I've always just, anyone who's come up to me has just been a really awesome experience. It's never been like, oh, this guy seems like you might murder me. Okay. No, it's been great. Every person that I've met has been really, really awesome.
When it gets cringy, it's always my fault. It's
it's when you go for it's when you assume they might be okay with a hug, and then you just go for it, and then they're like, oh well, didn't know I was gonna get.
I'm always right for the butt squeeze. Like I just.
Oh, that might be why.
So I have a job where I work photography, and a lot of the times while I'm working photography, people come up, hey, Briar. But it's like I'm not Briar Rabbit at the moment. I'm working a job, and I have bosses. You know what I mean? And I have to like be pretty much like just working that job. Does that make sense? So it's like it's awkward for me because I'm like, I'm not really that person right now. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to actually like be this other person who's like taking care of business. I can't be the goofball that I normally am.
Makes sense. Yeah.
I guess when students find out for me if that I play video games and I'm their assistant principal, and they find out that I enjoy the same things they do, and as a matter of fact, I'm on a podcast and stuff like that. It's been interesting. They'll walk up to me, similar thing, Briar. They'll walk up to me, and I'm sitting around colleagues, or I remember one time in particular, I'm standing there with a police officer, and we're discussing a pretty serious issue, and a kid walks up and he goes, "Oh, Pope, did you do the?" And I'm like looking at him, going, "Okay, it's Mr. So-and-so. We'll definitely talk later. Have a good day." I mean, it's just like, come on, guys, come on.
I can see that for sure.
I think like the most awkward thing is usually just from me, where it's like, fuck, what was this person's name again? I already saw them once at the show, and they introduced themselves, and I just fucking forgot. No.
Yeah, I'm bad with that.
I'm good with that.
There's too many people.
I'll recognize faces.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I remember you. I can't remember names.
Oh, if like there's been people that I've met a bunch of times before, and some people I remember because they actually like will tell me their Twitch name, so I can match a face to the name, which is you should always do that.
Their name's not. Hi, I'm Bob.
Yeah, but then some people like, oh, I met you once before. I met you at this thing. Always just reintroduce yourself. Especially if you've never said your Twitch name or something like that, because like we're just not gonna remember that many people. We're just not.
Especially Datto, who's got a line of people like going across the convention center.
There are. I do remember a lot of people, but most of those people that I remember tell me their Twitch name.
Yeah, because then I can make a link. Chat, so you have like more history with them, not just like, oh, Chris, great,
right?
Nice to meet you, Chris.
Why Chris? Why are you beating up on Chris, Watts?
John.
What did Chris do?
Bob.
Why are they all guys?
Chris just wanted to play Anthem, and here you are delaying it. Unbelievable.
Right?
He just wanted to play Anthem, Watts. You should apologize.
Damn, Christopher.
Christopher.
Drag says, which game are you most looking forward to, and why is it Metro?
Sekiro.
I'm gonna go with that.
Because have you seen those intros? Oh my gosh. Have you seen them? They've been putting them out on Twitter, and it's like General, I forgot all of their names, but it's like General blah blah, and he's there with his big sword, and oh man, that game is gonna be so good. So excited.
Metro looks
I want to make a note about this real fast. Is I saw some people saying they're not gonna buy Sekiro because it's being published by Activision. Why would you want to hurt the developer of FromSoft because you don't like Activision?
At some point, do you have to draw a line in the stand for yourself that says, look, Activision repeatedly does bad things, so I'm not going to give them my money?
No, because you are taking down the actual developing studio because you don't like Activision. So then what? They just stop making video games for us anymore? They have to cut ties with Activision? They have to do all this other stuff that might take their studio down?
Like, what would be a good way of showing your displeasure with Activision?
I don't know.
Probably.
I wouldn't take it out on the development studio.
Probably no microtransactions.
Yeah.
Because I think I have a feeling that ends up going a lot to the publisher instead of the studio, because the publisher is probably like, can we work in some microtransactions for a big cut, please? So
For this game in particular, it doesn't seem like this is a microtransaction style game at all. Hopefully not. But yeah, it's a tough call because it's like, you know, there's only so much you can do. You know, if a developer partners up with a certain company, like when a company has that much power already, what can you really do as an individual consumer? That's not going to.
I think the only thing you can do is vote with your wallet.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody says that, but there's only I don't know how to phrase it exactly, but yes, you do have to vote with your wallet. But it's not like all of a sudden this company's all be like, oh, some people on Reddit didn't like that we partnered with Activision, therefore we're getting out and we're gonna just do something different. Like, they just can't. Sometimes you're just at the mercy of your situation, and there's not much you can do about it.
Mm-hmm. It's a lot like movies as well. I mean, there's a lot of stupid choices that are made in Hollywood. You're gonna boycott all the movies by
well, and part of the problem is that their business is our hobby. So like we just want enjoyment out of this. Like I'm gonna play Sakura because I just want to play a cool video game. Like, it doesn't really. Better example, I think, would be Red Dead Redemption or Red Dead Redemption 2, where I couldn't wait for that game. I couldn't wait to play it, but all the stories around it were how these people just like absolutely killed themselves and how it was just a slog to get through it. And did that really affect my playing of the game? No, because when I'm playing the game, I'm just like involved in the game. I don't know. It's tough because it's a hobby for us, but a business to them.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like when people say, "Oh, don't support Nestle as a company." Yeah, I agree. They do fucking horrible things. Also, try to go to the grocery store and not buy something that's made by Nestle or a company that is owned by Nestle.
Probably the hardest part of that would just be
Nestle
knowing
is
what
owned by
Nestle owns.
Unilever. I mean, Nestle is like, even the brands that we know are owned by larger companies that you don't
exactly
know.
So
nobody's heard of Unilever, right? But Unilever owns like 30% of what is in grocery stores.
Yeah,
well, those lists are out there. You can look it up.
But still, I mean,
so yeah, it's like, okay, you don't agree with Activision. You can still support the game and developer that you like. You think Sekiro is an awesome game? Fucking buy it. Yeah, it sucks that Activision is underneath them. Guess what? Fucking Bungie and Activision were together forever. That shit ended. It can end to, like, business relationships can end, companies can.
That was a different situation because Bungie owned Destiny, right? The brand.
I'm pretty sure FromSoft is not owned by Activision. I'm pretty sure they're just publishing it in NA.
Just publishing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's
that
why
makes
they're with
sense,
Activision.
well, I
So
would
like,
just
if you're
ask
if you're gonna
everybody-
boycott like an innocent developer, it's just like, why? You're making it harder for them to bring it to the West. You're making it harder for them.
Making it harder for the rest of the developers who are making that decision to go with Activision.
Yep.
So let's take down FromSoft, that is an amazing developer, because we're mad at Activision.
Yeah, it's
I can't agree with that.
you're either lifting both of them or killing or taking down both. Like, not buying the game, sure, it hurts Activision as much as you might not like them. It also hurts From Software, which has made a lot of good games, and
It
people, I
hurts them
imagine,
way
want them
more.
to stay
Well, I
in
think
business.
They
there's a-
self-publish in Asia,
Well,
so like, if you're boycotting that, they're just not going to bring it to America anymore. Congratulations, great, fantastic.
Mhm.
Well,
I'm
I
happy.
guess I'm just gonna say that this is sort of reminiscent to what you see in politics and other parts of society. It's this scorched earth policy, the all of nothing, and it's actually another option in this. And in becoming an informed citizen or an informed consumer, and participating in the process, I there is one way. There's many ways of going about expressing your displeasure, and it isn't just simply not the power of your wallet as a consumer. There's also participating in forums and communicating and advocating and maybe talking to others, and there's ways of participating in the general conversation that will influence and change things, but it's not as visceral. It doesn't feel as good as just saying, well, fuck it, I'm not going to listen to the Republicans, or I'm not going to listen to the Democrats, or I'm not going to buy this game because it's Activision. No, the harder decision is to listen and to talk and to make change from within and to participate in that conversation. But the problem is that the conversations right now are too difficult. People aren't skilled at them, and they just lash out at each other when someone has another opinion. So people fold back into these beliefs of, well, I don't want to talk to the other side. It's you see these problems all the time. And I disagree with you, Briar. I think that it's more complex than that of just not spending your money. And I think Watts, the conversation is more nuanced than just punishing a small developer. It's contributing to the conversation of what video games will be like in the future and being part of that community that solves problems in a positive way.
It'll be interesting to see if game studios do start, or if game developers start unionizing, like the actual people behind these titles do start unionizing. Like, will they be cut out? Will the industry like take a strong anti-union stance and just like cut anybody who unionizes out? Or will this like infiltrate? Like, will there be a way to support those people as gamers? It'll be interesting to see like what comes of that, and if anything comes of it, because the problem with being a game developer, from the outside looking in, is that there's so many people who want that job that it's hard for people to have value at that job, if that makes sense, right? Like if there's always 100 people who want your job, then how much worth can you prove that you have to the guy who's employing you?
Well, the Industrial Revolution will tell you that unions work in that respect. When you're considered a cog in the machine that replaces you and treats you poorly, unions will provide the protection for labor to be able to support a living wage and a fair treatment.
Right.
So I think
and
there's
unions, like let's say a union, like unionization does form within the industry. Does that mean more expensive games that come out slower? And how do gamers react to that?
Okay.
It's a really
we're always
question.
complaining about there's too much shit to play in this anyway.
No,
okay, great.
I think you're going to see outsourcing
release schedule.
You're probably going to see another bigger problem, which is like CD Projekt Red and other companies that are
CD Projekt Red is interesting because they're in Poland.
That's what I'm
saying. They work their employees hard, but there's a law in Poland that says they have to pay overtime. A lot of American companies don't pay overtime.
Right. So there, you might see companies outsourcing their game development to other
a lot already do. A lot of companies.
A lot do. True.
A lot will outsource it to just.
So it's interesting. I think this is a really I think that's where that conversation comes in. Is like, are you getting? Where's your game being developed? And it's kind of something similar to what we see in choices in the supermarket. Are you going to drink organic milk, or are you going to drink factory farmed high produced milk? And those are consumer choices. But yeah, man, I don't know. That's a really good question.
Yeah, it's a tough one, honestly.
It's definitely going to be interesting to watch it in the future.
It's for sure going through. It's going to have a reorganization, like it has to, because there's too much turnover. There's too many issues with the development timelines, and like the industry is obviously growing and getting bigger. They're going to have to pay attention to it, and you can't mistreat people continuously and not have any backlash. So,
I mean, the auto industry is heavily unionized, and they do mass layoffs as well. So it's not a problem. It's not an end-all solution, but there are, you follow that trend down. I mean, it became so expensive to produce cars in the United States that car production left in a lot of ways. So, I think it's a really complex issue that coming around, and I think you get purist gamers. Like, you can see how passionate Watts got right there during that conversation She wants to play this video game and
No, I want
to
people who are working their ass off, who have made this amazing game, who have jobs, to not be boycotted just because Activision's bringing it to America.
Yeah.
Like, there are
Right.
people who have
100%.
families. You know, all these people are like so pissed off that Activision laid off all these people, but then you're boycotting the studio that has nothing to do with it, so that what, they make less money and they have to lay people off? Like, that doesn't make any sense. If you want to make action towards something you don't like, you totally should, but you should look into the whole situation, not just be like, well,
Become
Activision's
informed.
publishing this, so I'm just going to boycott everything. Because it's not, you know, some Activision owns some studios. Some studios have absolutely nothing to do with Activision. They own their own game. They're just publishing it. It's not just a black and white situation of, oh, it's Activision. Activision made this game, so I'm not buying it. That's not true.
Wow. So
that's why Metro is our most look forward to game of the year.
How about that?
I love how our Twitter questions start
That
off
was very
here and then
I didn't see it coming,
Wow.
but now it all makes sense, honestly.
But I thank you, Watts, for I love the passion you bring to it.
Reverend Jimmy Love says, while walking or driving, music or podcasts?
music.
Music.
Usually music for me. Yeah.
And
I feel like I do
closings
enough.
only. Very loud with the window open.
I do enough podcasting stuff when I'm home. Out, I want to listen to music, and not just
on
having
long
noise.
drives. Long drives, I will listen to podcasts. If I have an extended period of time, I like This American Life a lot. I really enjoy listening to TED Talks and things like that.
I have a problem concentrating just in general. So if I'm listening to a podcast, it has to be an unbelievably engaging subject. And even then I'm wanting to like listen and absorb information. That doesn't go well with driving. So I just music because I can tune it out. I'll be like, wait, I like that song. What happened? Oh, it's already gone. Okay.
I can see you starting to get animated and angry at the podcast like conversation and start looking at the radio and talking to them and forgetting that you're driving and just be like,
I have that issue with like just television. Like get asked so many shows like, oh, you watch this show, this show, this show. I was like, I would if I could have it up in the background and actually understand everything that's going on, but I can't do that. I can't be playing a game and watching TV at the same time and get everything out of the show experience. Right?
Yep.
It's gonna be one thing. Focus on one thing.
Yeah, that's a big thing for me. Like, I feel like I'm disrespecting the writing if I'm just like casually having a show that I've never seen on to the side. Like, then there's no investment in it. I have to just focus on the show if I'm going to watch a show or listen.
Yeah. But I do like 50-50 when I'm driving or walking around. Sometimes I'm in the mood to when I listen to podcasts, it's more me zoning out. Weirdly, with music, it's more like usually I'm thinking about stuff. And I find if I listen to too many podcasts, I don't actually think for myself enough because I'll just be thinking about other people's thoughts about stuff. But music gives you time to think for yourself, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's totally.
I like to think that if I had my druthers, like Quentin Tarantino, to create the soundtrack to my life, like as I'm walking around, I feel like there's music all the time that is representative of that situation. And sometimes when I hear something come on the radio or something randomly kicks in and it's that moment that it's that perfect song for that occasion, it just sends like, I get
this is why I miss music stores. Pope, you remember walking into a music store and there's just absolute like fucking jam was on like in the stairs because they'd be pumping music in the music store all the time. And
the guys that are working there love music.
Your cadence would like change to the beat of the music as you walk in the music store. So sad that there's not like H&B or Strawberries or anything like that anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, kids don't know what they are. I mean, my high school kids don't know what CDs are.
Yeah. You still find like record stores around, like vinyl and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a similar experience, but it's not like an everyday thing. Like
it's also a lot
buying
more
CDs or whatever.
it's less social than it was as well.
Mhm.
Like
Oh,
everybody
music used to be very
who's got
social.
earbuds, you know, like you don't
Yeah,
know what
that's
people
true,
listen
right?
to.
Headphone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of like having a shared musical experience where like
Bring boomboxes back.
Where's that boombox?
you'd buy a record and you bring it home and you'd like sit and listen to it.
Yeah. But in that respect, though, there is a lot of social sharing of music online,
Yeah,
and
that's true.
and then there's a lot of people that go to concerts, and there's a lot of like digital music shared that way as well at concerts.
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
Yeah,
that I'm not
playlists
part
on like
of, yeah.
Spotify and iTunes are pretty cool, actually. Like it's kind of taking the place of a mixtape.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
And
playlists
like a
are
shareable
amazing.
way to do it. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I got 3 more questions for us.
Hey,
Mohegan 9 says, are the deals for candy better the day after Halloween or Valentine's Day?
Depends on the
Oh,
type of
matters.
candy.
Valentine's.
reject
I think
this
it's
one.
I'm
Valentine's.
going
Day.
Valentine's. Yeah, I agree.
I reject this question. Who cares about Valentine's Day candy? It's all about the Halloween candy.
Mhm,
They could sell
exactly.
Valentine's Day candy they could give it away and
Well-
people would still be like, fuck your candy
No, no,
hearts
no,
that
no,
taste
no,
like
no.
ass.
No. People get guilted into buying Valentine's candy real
Yeah, it
hard.
sucks.
one
terrible
Valentine's Day
candy.
candy that's good.
Chocolate truffles.
Okay.
What?
All chocolate.
Anything
Because
Chocolate
literally
covered
the
strawberries?
heart, the
But
heart
is that, like,
shape's just the
specifically-
chocolate.
Yeah, the red box is like that's
Yeah.
very specifically branded. You can't really
All
like
right.
alter that branding, so you have
All
to
right,
just
fine.
get rid of it.
Exactly.
Right. Whereas
Alright.
Halloween candy, you can kind of package as like whatever the hell, right? And
Halloween
it's
candy
like,
is just awesome candy.
I get that, but I'm
Golden
saying
Bolt
all right.
that's not
No,
the
I'm
question.
gonna-
The question is what has the better
I
discount
rejected the question already.
after the
Fucking
day
done with
of the
this question.
holiday, and it's therefore Valentine's Day because it's harder to get away from the Valentine's Day branding than it is from the Halloween branding.
You just say it, Datto. Come on, man.
If the court would hear me out.
I'm sick and tired of this crap. I'm behind Datto 100%.
Yeah, the correct answer is Easter.
That's true. It's true.
First of all, I push back on your Halloween thesis, Briar, because
Why is that?
candy corn is neither good nor real candy, and it is associated to Halloween. So therefore, your whole argument is torn down. Thank you. I rest my case.
I feel you. I'm sorry.
Abstained.
You are right. Jesse CCCC says, when you button your dress shirt, do you button it from the top to the bottom or from the bottom to the top?
Top to bottom, because
Top
when I
to
used
bottom.
to when you used to do it from bottom to top, I would always get it like uneven. So then you just start at the top, so then you
Top to
know
bottom.
exactly where the top is. Then
Yeah.
go down. Then if you're like, oh, I don't need that top button, you can undo that. You know,
Yeah, less
and show
error.
some shit.
Less error from going top to bottom.
Yeah.
How about middle out?
You're living wild, man.
Soccer
I
burn.
wear dress shirts every day to work. I wear a suit to work every day, and I start at the top because I'm usually wearing
Top
a tie.
to bottom.
So,
Also, Datto apparently lost his audio due to slamming his desk.
Pure passion.
So we might be out of a Datto for the
Datto's
podcast.
gone. Thanks
He'll
for
be
joining.
back.
Sorry.
Datto.
We're almost done. Soccer Burn 55 says Armor Lock in Halo Reach was the best ability, and Teft is bitter because he did not know how to use it
No.
to its full potential.
Wow.
Changed my mind.
I'll tell you
Wow.
what.
change your
Armor
mind.
Lock literally just
What mind?
extended the battle. You were gonna die. You're like, oh no, I'm gonna die. So you armor locked, and then you're like, oh, I'm still gonna die because as soon as this is done, these guys are gonna shoot me. It just allowed your teammates to possibly show up, or if people didn't know about it, then you did that slam crap and took your shield off up close. But if you already knew that they were doing that garbage, then you just kept your distance, and so it just extended the battle. It was stupid. It was a dumb mechanic. It should have only
I
been.
completely agree.
It should have only been in big team battle and never selectable in Slayer. I'm sorry.
All right, bite your tongue, you devil. Okay. First of all, it should never have been in big team battle. As a Warthog driver
It
with
was
over
designed for that.
60,000 Warthog driver assists in Halo 3, my paper mache Warthog was a piece of dog shit because of those decisions to make it take damage and not regain health and armor lock. So no, it did not belong in big team battle.
That was
Thank
the
you.
whole point. It was for it to be in big team battle, so people could have something to go against.
Yes, and the whole point of the nuclear bomb was to end the war, and look where we are now. Did it make things better? No.
Also, why can you get stuck with the sticky and then, I'm just going to armor lock? Okay, it's done.
You know what? It sounds like we needed that in the final years of Destiny 1 trials.
Yes.
Armor lock.
I missed a question. though. I'm back now.
So we can protect ourselves against fusion needs. I think so.
It is a Halo thing. Don't worry about it.
All right, that's it. That's all the Twitter questions. We didn't get to all of them.
Got me all
We went
fired
a little
up,
long.
and then you just end me. You ride me hot, put me away wet.
You're going to whip out the
Gotta
armor
leave 'em
lock
wanting more,
discussion?
Pope.
Jesus.
Ask your wife all about that. She does. She knows what I'm talking about. That's a horse term. You know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm not. It's not sexual. You ride them hot. Am I going to have to explain this? You ride.
Briar could just look it up
No,
on
we
Urban
get it.
Dictionary.
We get it.
I think that's
All
the
right, thank
podcast, right?
Yeah.
It's a podcast.
Let's close this thing out.
Oh man.
Patrick, you with us here, buddy?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Who are you? Where can we find you?
Find me at Holtzman_YT on Twitter. Probably profusely apologizing to my girlfriend for saying "fuck you, Andy" earlier in the show.
pretty
I
aggressive,
did
man.
not mean that. I would like to
remember that.
put the entirety of the blame upon Pope Bear for reading your answer so slowly and not getting to the heart of the matter, which was, the answer. So yeah,
That's not. I wouldn't accept that apology if I was her. I'm just saying.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah,
she's never going. She's never going to accept the apology. I'm basically,
You're
I'm
done.
screwed.
You're toast. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll sleep on the couch that doesn't actually exist in my apartment.
Proverbial couch.
I'm Briar Rabbit. You can find me driving my gorgeous wife to Red Lobster to get some of them Cheddar Bay biscuits while playing We Are the Champions on the radio.
Hashtag undefeated.
Oh, man. I am Tefty Teft. You can talk to me at Teft on Twitter, streams, twitch.tv/Tefty Teft. And blaming Pope Bear for the loss of my points for all those convoluted questions and the way you had to have them answered. What not? Good God. That's why I lost. I blame Pope.
I'm Miss 5000 Watts. You can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube. Just look for Miss 5000 Watts. The questions were confusing, so I understand it, Tefty. That's
Right?
only a madman like Briar could understand what's going
Yeah.
on.
Some crazy science fiction thing going on with these questions.
Datto.
Hi, you can find me on the internet. I'm not the cybersecurity and data backup company, so you just search my name and anything that's not that's probably me.
Did you have that name before them?
No, I had the nickname before they were a company, but I was not my own YouTube channel until well after.
They went in the court of law.
Yeah,
Unfortunately.
And this has been this is Pope Bear, and you can find me on Twitter at Pope Bear. Make sure to follow the channel at DCP_live. I think it's important to make this announcement right now. We are going to put it in chat. We have just officially launched our merch store.
Oh,
That's right. We
Like
got
an
an Ink the
actual
Stink t-shirt.
merch store.
We have the Ink the Stink shirt. It's the first edition. It's we have tried to do something different, and we're trying to we're creating our own merch store. I'm going to be shipping them out of my home. So we're going to be I've got some new DCP branded sunglasses that are going to be pre-ordered for PAX West. You can get them online too. Those are going to be up there soon, but it's dcplivemerch.com. So www.dcplivemerch.com. And we are going to be putting up some really cool stuff. Ash and I have got some great plans to work with some content creators and some artists in the future on future shows to make shirts for their coming onto the show available to you. It's going to be fun. So definitely give it a chance and check it out. We have a lot of really great guests still to come this month. As you know, our big surprise is that my computer runs so slow. I can't delay this long enough to get the actual. Oh my gosh. Really? It's having a hard time pulling up Google Calendar.
It's a very intense program.
If
It's
you're using
very
Chrome, it does take a lot of resources to do.
Heavy. Okay. So next week, we're really proud to have Professor Broman on. And to end the month, we are going to be having one actual on. It's a great month of February. Next month in March, we start off with a whole new setup of guests. I haven't teased those yet, but I'm really excited about who's set to come on March. We have a birthday podcast for Briar and I, March 15th podcast.
Ooh, another birthday podcast. Wow.
It's good. So we have Professor Broman next week. We're really excited. And once again, thank you very much for everybody who follows us. Make sure to comment, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. We love you very much. And special shout out to our Patreons.
Watch,
I got one more
thing. Be released on time for my birthday.
It's debatable. It's looking a little dicey.
Yes,
before you go.
Datto.
Do you guys think Wizards should ban Nexus of Fate?
Absolutely.
Fuck no.
Absolutely.
How come?
Right, you that would be the type of deck that you would like to play too. A deck that has no actual win condition. You just take infinite turns until your opponent concedes out of boredom.
It's bull. I agree.
Exactly.
I'm gonna go
Yes.
once again with a dragon with the cat face. Licking
That is an actual
licking its
card.
leg.
Jack.
What the
Shivan
hell is
Dragon?
going on right now?
Yeah.
Wrong.
I
The
thought we
answer
were
is
ending
Tiger.
the podcast.
The answer is actually cheetah.
The
Yes.
answer is thank you all for coming and staying and hanging out. We love your faces.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, guys.
We're gonna roll credits.
I put the cat dragon token in chat so you can actually see
That
it.
looks like a
is thing.
sketchy link. I won't click that.
Yeah,
fine.
you're fishing for my information. No thanks, man.
Oh my
I'm gonna pass on that.
Look at that. Scryfall.
It's a magic site.
That is shady.
That's like those guys that come in a chat and they're like, WTF, she did that on stream? Exactly.
Can we get the Datto security company to check in that, please? That'd be useful.
It's clear. I clicked on it.
Okay,
and my
nice.
computer seems fine.
You guys are good.
It always does. Oh wait, no.
We're gonna roll credits, be back to read out subs, and then raid someone. BRB, guys.
Bye.